if there's such a thing. But it's all good though. I ain't tripping. I'm gonna take it how it is and ride with it the way I ride with it. I'm gonna go with it how it is, y'all. Not guilty. Not guilty. How many people was hoping to get found guilty? How many people was hoping Diddy get found guilty? Man, it's just how many people was hoping Diddy get found guilty? How many people was hoping Diddy get found not guilty? Wait a minute, still got charged guilty on 2 counts, and for that he should do 10 years. Nope, nope, nope. For that he should get probation and walk on up out of there. How about that? He should get probation and let him walk on up out of there. Let him on up out of there. Hey y'all, the few people that's in here, shed alive with somebody. Shed alive, y'all, so we can get some people in here and get TikTok to recognize this algorithm. Get some people in here tonight, please. Diddy is found, uh, yes, not guilty on four of the or wait, not guilty on the major charges. Where's my notes at? Not guilty on the major charges. Not guilty of racket. Oh my goodness. Diddy was found not guilty of racketeering, not guilty of the SMEX trafficking by fraud or conversion. They knew that was bogus. They found him guilty of transportation of Cassie Ventura, Cassie, for the purpose of SMEX, guilty of engaging into prostitution. So okay, that's not a major case though. That's not major. So yeah, not guilty. Not guilty, y'all. Yeah, he was let me make sure I can get my volume up so y'all can hear me. All right. Not guilty on three, I think it was three of the five charges that he was uh not guilty. How that sound, y'all? Some people were saying that he was rushed. Some people saying he was rushed, and some people were saying the jury was rushed. They wanted to rush the jury, and that's why he was found not guilty. That's not true. They said the jury was being rushed. They just wanted to get to the 4th of July. They wanted to be able to get up out of there to enjoy the 4th of July. They was just tired of being stuck up in there. Or could it be they actually believe that the man is not guilty of that? And why? Tell me why people don't like Diddy. Why? What is the problem? What did the man do? I understand he might not be likable. Oh, I got somebody on my YouTube. Okay, I got one person. How you doing? Who is it? To maintain streaming, you will experience buffering. Okay, that's cool. All right. So yeah, he was found not guilty on the SMEX, the sex trafficking. He was found not guilty by uh, fraud or conversion. When the verdict was read, according to the reporter, the news reporter that reported it live, Combs put his hands together as if in prayer and thanked the jury. As the not guilty on the major charges was read, Combs allegedly dropped to his knees as his family clapped and cheered. Right after that, soon after that, the attorneys for Combs asked if he can get a bond so that he can go home. The judge did not grant him a bond. It would have been nice though. He demand set the man free. Set that man free. Let that man go. I see Cowboy. What's going on? Oh, yeah, is Cowboy in here? Let's see. Oh, there he is. All right, all right, all right. How you doing? All right, how you doing? Oh yeah, yeah. I know that can be
I heard that they came out with a verdict, but I didn't get to hear what happened. So please fill me in.
not guilty on the
What?
major charges that he was being charged with.
So no RICO charges.
No RICO, no trafficking. Yeah. So yeah, not
So
guilty.
so so then the only thing he's is he guilty on anything then?
He's guilty on tra- uh what's the word? Prostitution, uh for uh carrying transporting Cassie for the purposes of smecks, but not smecks trafficking.
So, okay. So right now, it's the sentencing is still have to take place, which can be a day or two from now. So, given the circumstances, depending on what the judge says, it could be either time served or 15 to 30.
Yeah, it could be probation, it could be time served. Yeah.
Only downside is not what it's charged for. He might have to wear a knee bracelet. He might have to register.
He might have to register as an offender. I don't know, but um that's a good question. That's a good, I don't know if he'll have to register because of the transporting Cassie as a lady of the night. Uh,
Well, even if you do SA, there's no, you technically don't have to register. So it's mostly if it's with the minor and it's the visit with the minor, because there's a chance it might not have to register. He might just get probation and community service. He might have to have an ankle bracelet for a few years, given the circumstances.
few
But
years.
yeah, yeah. If he doesn't do time, they might make him do an ankle bracelet. Well, think of it this way: would you rather him do time, or would you rather him be out but have to be on probation with an ankle bracelet?
I'd rather them just let the man go. Let him live his life.
I don't know if they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to do that. If they did find him guilty for one or two of the five, if they're going to get him off for like time served or even just probation, they might try to do an ankle brace. It
Uh,
kind of depends and see what happens.
Sally say they gonna make him clean hotel rooms. Oh shoot! You said what, cowboy?
If he does not do time, they will. I can guarantee they're going to do community service.
Okay, Glamour Fox said he won't have to register. That's good. Now who is this? Silly said they gonna make him clean hotel rooms. Oh my goodness! No, they gonna let him go, and they shouldn't. Yes, they should. You know they should. Glamour Fox. Come on now. What do we know? What do we really know about Diddy to say we don't like him? Come on, man. We can't really. Uh,
So I can their judge on what
let me see if I can pull up the right wordage on what they saying. Yes, he will have probation for sure. Good stuff. Uh, as he should. Glamour Fox. He should go free. That's what he should. What should happen.
on trial next.
Sean Diddy Combs was found guilty on 2 counts of transporting individuals to engage in street walking.
So,
But yeah, but was acquitted on the more serious charges of racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. This is according to CNN and ABC News. The jury
so
delivered
his
the jury delivered a mixed verdict after a 10-week trial. Okay. You,
so his only two charges is basically jaywalking.
yeah, yeah.
Wow,
Let
he's
that
going to get
man.
probation.
Yeah, man, let
Hey,
that man go. They got what they wanted. They wanted they pound of blood. They wanted they pound of flesh out of them. They got it. They got it.
we're going to put him on probation. 6 months probation. Three. Yeah, I would guess 6 months. For something that petty, they're going to use him as an example, given the situation, given the high publicity. he'll probably get like 3 to 6 months probation and maybe some community service and pay a fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he should sue. I don't even know what y'all wait, who is this? Tony Martin? I don't even know what y'all talking about right now. Just got here. Sorry. Oh, well, you see the caption, Diddy found not guilty on all major charges. His charges are basically, I want to say misdemeanor, but they not as serious. Okay, Glamour Fox says, but he can't go free. He has to spend the minimum of the law that he was charged guilty on. Now, that's a good point, Glamour Fox. However, he's been locked up all this time. That counts towards whatever time they're going to give him.
What he's being charged for, those are misdemeanors at least. It's nothing serious. So even that charge is like 2 weeks in jail.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's been locked up a lot longer than 2 weeks.
Man, yeah, it's been about 8 or 9 months now, I believe. Yeah.
So, like I was saying, I think they're going to make an example out of him. Do time served, put him on probation for like 6 months, pay a fine, maybe some community service because of him being a high profile figure, and then just leave it at that. I think that's what's going to happen. Because remember, he's super famous. So to build his rapport, they're going to make him do community service. I see that happening. Probation, community service, pay a fine.
Well, we gonna see. Hey, Glamour Fox, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
All right. Hey, where you from? You been up here before?
No, I'm in Michigan. No, I
Oh,
have not been up here before.
Michigan in the house. Welcome to the panel.
Wanted to say, it's because these are felony charges. So each felony charge of what he was guilty of was 10 years apiece, right?
Oh, is it?
So they're not going to make him, right? They're not going to, if they do concurrent charges, which they would do, it would be 10 years in total.
Right.
So out of that, he would probably spend between 20 and 23 months is what they would sentence him with, and he has spent 8 months already. So they're going to probably make him spend the rest of that time. Like I think it's what July 8th. It was an expedient chart, like an expedient in sentencing. So it sounds like July 8th will be a sentencing date. So if you subtract all that, he'll probably spend maybe a year and a half, maybe.
Damn, it's a long time.
I know. And so, because these aren't misdemeanors, which we normally see with this, but these were federal charges, so they hand over a heavier sentence, a little bit heavier sentence than you would state charge. So yeah, like that's, I mean, in my opinion, that's what I see. Um, if they were just going to let him out with probation, knowing that his sentencing was July 8th, they probably would just let him go on his bail today, which they did not.
They didn't. They did not. They denied it.
Charges. All the major charges, he's not guilty.
But it's still federal. The transportation of prostitution, which he was found guilty of 2 charges, those are still federal charges. It's all federal. There's a whole federal charge, whole federal thing. So federal is a lot different than a state charge. So it's a felony now. It's not a misdemeanor because it's federal.
Okay, so that means he can get pardoned.
Well, if Trump doesn't want him to spend it depends on what he gets sentenced, right? So if they sentence him to 2 years, 2.5 years, time served, you've only got to really spend like 20 months in like in prison, jail, whatever. Then I don't know if they would go through with a because a pardon's a lot. I would think that he would look to pardon somebody who is not going to spend that much longer. If you think about it, um, it's really not that long. I mean, it's obviously when I was looking, it's like, oh my god, 30 days. Probably jail would be too long, but that's what I'm thinking they're going to do because it wasn't a misdemeanor; it is a felony because it was under federal charges.
Right.
Under state law, it could have been a misdemeanor, but it was bundled with the federal charge. Um, so racketeering right off the books, ex trafficking off the books, right? He only got charged with the two charges. One was from Cassie, the other one was from Jane, Jane Doe, and that's what he's looking at.
So are there any state charges?
These are federal charges.
So none of them are state charges.
Right? No,
They're all fair.
they're all charges.
Oh, okay. 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 Hmm.
Charges are years when it comes to a felony.
Right, but if you think about it, they're going to put it on to each other concurrent, right? These charges in particular are 10 each maximum. So if you think about that and they run them concurrent, it would be 20, right? If they didn't run them concurrent, if they run them concurrent, it's going to be 10. And by the time they really get down to it, he's not going to spend that much time away.
Ace of Queens, request a box.
No, Ace, I'm not wrong. Trust me, I'm not wrong. At the end of the day, he will probably spend, like I said, 20 months, maybe 20 months with time served.
Hmm. Okay. Let's go.
So I know, Ace, if you would like to come up here and talk about that, I'd be more than happy to.
Yeah. Let's.
I don't trust her. You don't have to trust me. Just wait till it comes out.
There you go.
I mean, I've
Well, the sentencing is probably not going to happen for a couple days to a week.
now they're talking about July 8th. It was October 3rd, and it sounds like they want to move it up to July 8th now.
If they're going to move it up to July 8th, there's a good chance the defense is going to ask for time served.
Correct. I totally agree with that. And that that's what
Thank you. Hey, let me work on. Let me work on.
what the judge says.
One sec, Glamour. Let me work on Flying Pig because we got a couple new people up here. The Flying Pig. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, man?
All right. Where you from, Flying Pig?
I'm from originally from Patterson, New Jersey.
Oh, God. Well,
What was that?
what you got for us, Flying Pig?
Oh my God, I've been watching this for a long time. And actually, I just saw clip from a judge today. It was live, and he said he's probably going to get maybe it might be 20 months.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
But what I was thinking is, why he got off on those charges? Because those girls were inconsistent. I did see the videos. I did see the video, one video, him with his girlfriend. Not cool. I'm just saying, I'm going to play my song now because every breath you take, you're going to have to play that all the damn time. Listen, I'm 58 years old from Patterson, New Jersey. So, it's not, I don't, I don't want injustice to be found, but hey, the jury said, no, we got to respect that. Get that.
Okay. Let's hear from Ace of Queens. Ace of Queens. Ace of Queens. How you doing? Where you from? Where you from? Queens,
I'm from Texas.
Texas in the house. How you doing?
Texas in the house.
Hello. So thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Yeah.
So I just wanted to say that he was found not guilty on 2 charges.
You went silent.
All of the just all of the
Oh,
charges
where
that
Grandma
he
Fox
is
go?
guilty of.
Oh, I'm
No, no,
sorry.
I think he was.
Can you hear me?
Ace, I think he was found
No,
guilty on only 3 charges.
wait. What was you saying?
Yes,
Ace?
I said 2 charges.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So the 2 charges are state charges. Federal charges, he was not guilty.
Right.
So he can have those ran concurrent. And basically, his first time ever catching a charge, they need to let him out because she also played a part, is not facing charges, Cassie. And I believe that Cassie needs to not play the victim because she also abused this man as well. She also played a role in the FOs as well.
Exactly.
And I also believe that the judge is going to shake the money tree. He's going to get a little visit here by October. Here between here and October, he's probably going to get $1 billion, and he'll be out walking free. And I think they need to make him move state away from Cassie. I think he should move to another state, like Texas. They need to have Diddy here in Texas.
Hey, Ace, I gotta ask you a question.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm a little confused on is Cassie the one? Well, is that the girlfriend that? Because there was a video of him, giving her a little shit in the hallway. But
That was her. Yeah, that's Cassie.
same girl.
Yeah, that's the same one.
Yeah, and that's the same one that had 6 different stories on the stand. Okay, but I didn't like that part, so I'm not agreeing with that part.
Well,
But
yeah, I understand that, but don't forget well, you probably don't know. I don't know if you know, but he ended up giving her $20 million behind that. So that was
okay, the hell up. Well, she accepted the $100 million, the $20 million, and then came on the stand and told 6 different stories.
Did he give her $20 million because of that, or because she was going to put out a book?
well, yeah, that yeah. Yeah,
Probably
he was probably a
will
little
on him,
pressured. You
testify against them.
yeah, you might be right, Ace. Yeah, she was gonna expose some stuff.
So I'm just wondering, do you think that Diddy needs to, like, come on now? Diddy, yeah, he likes to, you know, do strange things. Instead of him, paying people, he should have been making them pay her, you know? Should have been the PI. I don't know. I think things were handled a little weird. I mean, I guess he's rich, so he's just like splurged his money on like a bunch of escorts. I mean, that's weird.
Well, Ace, you also have to look at the fact that, we did see the video from the hallway, but, those
didn't
were
see the
trying to get
videos
revenge, and they
when
told
he was
16 different stories on the stand.
hit in the
You know,
head
until,
by Kathy.
until,
Wait. One at a time, y'all. Come on, Ace.
but
Yeah, you didn't see the videos, like evidence of just one video, but what about when she attacked him what led, to that? I was on a live for like 4 hours earlier, and she threw the phone at him in the shower, and he ran out. That's why she had clothes on, and he didn't. And he ran out the shower, and she threw the phone, went through his phone, threw it at him, and went off or something.
Okay,
He
thank
was
you.
texting someone
Thank you
else,
very much.
You
Thank you
gotta
very
you
much.
gotta let her finish.
I need
Let her
to
finish,
report the
flying
next
pig.
story.
Flying pig. Let her.
Too.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying thank you because I knew there was more to that story.
Well, yeah. What? So what? Okay. What do y'all think about? I mean, do y'all think he should just go home? They should let him go.
Yes.
Thank you.
Let him go home. Like, I think he needs, like, to go home, and it needs to just be, like, thrown out the window.
Okay.
Well, I was listening to some expert talking and some unbiased people, and they said what he's gonna probably do, and I don't agree with it. I think they should give him probation and let anything and go on its way. But they said
What's your name?
my name is John.
And have you ever smacked a chick around in your whole
I
life? I'm in
yeah,
my 40s.
quite
Have you went to jail for it?
yes.
She called the police. Like, I'm not gonna call the cops
One of
because
them,
I get
one of them
smacked around.
smashed me with an iron skillet while I was sleeping, and I got up and
What?
played her out. Gave her 2 black eyes.
An iron skillet while you were
Get
asleep?
right.
That can do some damage. You get
I
caught off guard
definitely will
like that.
take a
Yeah.
black eye, but you
No,
definitely got
I had
hit
a
in the head
broken
with a
nose.
skillet.
I had a broken nose
I
and 2
mean,
black eyes when I got
Whoa.
up.
people fight. I mean, it's the
Yeah,
point. I mean, you don't call the police because of it. Like, that's the last thing you do. You don't ever call the police in situations like these, people. Like, you just don't do it. Keep your business behind closed
private.
doors.
Yeah,
Like, I've been married to my husband for a long time, and, like, just don't call the Jakes.
Yeah.
Like,
now
take your black
we didn't.
eye,
We didn't.
take
My mother
your
gave me hell.
busted
Sorry.
head. No, it's fine. No, Market. So you're the host. Like, what do you think?
I think he should not have been charged. He should have been out on bond. He should have been able to fight his case from the street. That's what I think.
Well, there was a couple of federal charges, so I understand why they were keeping him. But right now, just denied him bond. I have a problem.
I don't. I mean, look at those guys, Abercrombie and Fitch. They got plenty evidence against them. They walk free. Not only did they walk free, but they walk free laughing and smiling.
Who did?
Abercrombie and Fitch. Yeah, nobody knows about it because it's hush hush. But Diddy is everywhere.
Right.
Diddy all over the news. But Abercrombie, they
Mhm.
they got all kind of ugly charges against children. That big what do they make? Clothes? They got a big clothing line.
Yes.
Yeah, and they
And
did.
Well,
Yeah.
yes.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm 58 from Patterson, New Jersey. I live in Florida now. I haven't played. I don't play everybody's song. Nobody. I don't got a whole album of P. Diddy that I like. I don't got a whole album of Garth Brooks that I hate. There's a song here and a song there, and I've been playing Diddy's song, the just good to me with Karma for years. And I stopped playing it because everybody's looking at me like funny. Like I'm like, I don't know my shit fucked up. I'm like,
Hey, no
okay,
cussing.
sorry,
No
I'm
cussing.
sorry,
No
sorry,
cussing.
sorry. I don't want to get my truck messed up and stuff like that, but I'm gonna crank that shit now.
Just gonna like take it to another level. I think Diddy needs to stick to his nationality and dating. And don't go looking for 10s, 9s, 8s, 7s. You need to stick to like the 6 and the 5s. Maybe like in my category.
Oh, look at your face. Come on now.
And he sticking to my
Wait, let her finish.
category. He would probably get a lot farther. I've been with my husband for 15 years. No splits, no breaks, solid, not calling the laws. And he needs to like get a woman that's like solid backbone, foundation. He needs a hood chick, okay? He
Okay.
needs someone from the scums of the streets.
From where
Like
he from,
someone,
huh?
yeah,
Somebody that can
from the
relate.
hood.
Yeah,
Right?
somebody that can relate. Okay.
Yeah, like, I mean, if we're gonna have these FOs, like, um, she's probably gonna put him up on a different level. You know what I mean? Like, instead of paying the escort should have been paying him to like do his woman. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah, I see what you're saying. Now, in that case, then, I bet they still would have charged him. They probably would have got the conviction then.
Oh,
If he would have took,
yeah.
yeah, if he would have took $1, they would have gotten that conviction. So it's a good thing it didn't go that way.
Well, she could have like been the one, like him not charging, but her like her discretion, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I just think he needs to just get a woman. Let's just leave FOs out of it, right?
Well,
I think you
I
just need to
think
cut off the FOs.
I think the FO was cool as long as no money or no coercion. Everybody did what they did of their own free will.
Right. Okay. Exactly. Maybe so. But now that everybody knows how much of a freak he is, I don't think that he's going to be that much of a freak anymore. I
Yeah.
think this taught him a lesson. I think this is enough. I think they need to let him out.
Yes.
Let him go. He has a family. What's going to happen to Bad Boy Records?
You know what? Is he married?
No, he's not married.
Okay.
Look at his face. He has a handsome little face that likes to go with whatever his money can buy, I guess. I don't know. But he needs to stick to his own nationality and don't look for, you know, 10s and 9s and 8s and Becky with the good hair. It's someone like me,
Okay.
6 or 5.
But you married, so you off the market.
Money can buy anything on the market.
I hope your hubby don't hear this.
Well, I would throw him a bone each and every way he could look. Diddy wouldn't care.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would throw my husband a bone.
Yeah.
Diddy, if he could hear me, no, I was just playing. No, I definitely am not Diddy's type. Just joking. Just saying. I'm not on the market for him. But just saying, um, Diddy definitely needs a BLK,
Mhm.
and I hope that he finds a BLK that's a 5 or 6, not a 7, not an 8, or a 9 or a 10. But I think that they need to let him come home, and I believe he's gonna come home. I know he's gonna come home. I just feel it in my gut. He's coming home.
There we go. Speaking. There we go. Wait, but why he can't get a 9 or 10? He can get, it's
If it's
plenty.
a 9 or a 10, he's gonna have a problem.
What kind of
Because then they're only after him for what he got. He needs to get somebody that, like, you know, they come from the hood. They're looking for, like, hey, man, I'm trying to, this is what I got, my bag. This is what I'm trying to do. His business, his money is his money. Like, that has nothing to do with our relationship. You rich, you got, okay, you might, if your husband, okay, listen, husband buys me a bag. Like, for example, I just got a Dooney bag in a
Okay.
wallet,
Okay.
$400, and I've been married for 15 years. Okay.
Yeah.
My first time getting my own bag. Other than that, I may buy a Dooney bag for 200, but not the wallet too. You see what
Oh,
I'm saying?
he got you the matching
I'm
wallet.
that type. You know what I mean? Like, you might give me a $200 bag, but you go and get me a wallet, you're gonna probably get cussed out. I'm probably gonna crash out. Because you're not gonna I'm just different. Like, you're not gonna spend that money on me. And there's homeless people walking around. I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna go ham. I'm
Oh,
gonna I'm gonna cuss you out 6 ways from Sunday,
oh
and
man.
you're gonna take that money. We're gonna go serving out the homeless. Like, I'm gonna go, you're gonna think I need to go to like some kind of like, I'm gonna need help or something. But I'm just saying, like, all women are not like that. You know, um, my thing is like I have a situation where when I got with my husband, I was the money, disabled, the bag. And then they see, oh, she's with a Mexican man. They think, oh, he is the money, the bag. That's not how it went. My husband only worked paycheck to paycheck. I had lawsuits. I had things rocking and rolling. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna get too far into it, but I took us to New York. I mean, to Mexico, not New York. I took us to Mexico to see, I booked those flights. I had that bread, It was, but he needs someone that's not digging in his pockets. Do you think he can find that? No, because he only knows how to give and
Well,
people to take from him.
yeah, I can see that what you're saying, and also he's famous. It would be difficult to find somebody because I met a guy.
No,
Yeah, I you
but
can.
to like pass out with him. Like, what if he gets someone on his level?
Well, that was Cassie. She was crashing out with him. She was organizing the uploads and everything
Sure, but why didn't get booked?
because they gave her the immunity. They wanted the big fish.
Listen, the reason why they want Big Fish is because look at what he did with Tupac. 50 Cent, he got 50 Cent's woman. You can't have someone else's woman. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. 50 Cent real still bitter about that too.
And he got moves and money. Like, he's wrong for that.
Did you see that? 50 Cent said he said that if Diddy get found guilty and Trump decides to pardon him, 50 Cent said he was going to do everything in his power to talk Trump out of doing it. Did you see that? Yeah, 50 Cent said that. Yeah, he's taking it. He's got a real personal. He's got a personal thing with him.
So something could happen. So the judge probably, what do you think is going to happen? So the judge, is this national? Was it aired on TV?
Well, it was all over social media. I heard 50 Cent say it, but I don't think that 50 Cent got influenced with the judge like that. I mean, at least he's not supposed to. That was but
Yeah.
I don't think 50 Cent is gonna get his wish because he was already
Well,
found not guilty.
listen, Diddy, he's making a bad label for his family. This is not a good look for Boy Records. There's not going to be nobody that's going to want to sign to him.
Oh, no, no, no. I don't,
It'd be hard for him to get
I
artists
don't think so.
through
I,
this.
I don't think so. I think he's gonna bounce back pretty good because I mean
You
he
go to him?
I would. Diddy is a great marketer. Everybody, he's made a lot of people. He put a lot of people on. Plus, don't forget, I don't know if you how much you know, but about this, Diddy was in the middle of starting his own party. He was in the middle of starting a political party called Our Black Party, our BLK Party. He was starting that. It was going to be a Democratic Party, Independent Party, Republican Party, and then a BLK Party. And he was in the middle of starting it, and he was funding it. And like 6 months after that, that's when they all these charges, along with the tequila, the De Leon, and the agave plant over in Mexico, and the lawsuit, all that he was building that real generational wealth and power, and somebody didn't like that.
Hmm. I'm just gonna say this right here. I think that he's a very powerful man. I think that, you know, Cassie, she's now powerful too because she has money now.
Yeah,
You know, he wasn't powerful before. But I think
exactly.
Diddy, he, he's gonna learn a lesson by sitting in that jail. Thing is gonna break you. I
Oh,
mean, it's not gonna break you, but it's gonna break him. It don't
well,
break everybody, but it's gonna break him.
you think so? Yeah,
Yeah, because he ain't never been up in there. Now he done caught charges. This ain't his first rodeo.
you're right. But I think
But
he's
but
the,
he not made for that.
you
He
know
look at him. He's pretty boy.
what? I think he's
You know.
I think he's a smart girl. I think he's strong. He's probably stronger than. I mean, for him to make it to the level of success that he made it to, I don't think that's for the faint of heart to get to that level. So I think he's
Well,
he's,
well,
he's got some.
because he took a lot from a lot of people.
Well, you think so?
Yeah, he took a lot from a lot of people.
You mean like took a lot of mess off people, or like robbed a lot of people? Uh, you went away. I can't hear you. You done muted, Ace. I guess you might have got a phone call or something. But yeah, Diddy was
I don't know what happened. I'm
oh,
sorry,
okay.
Charles. I said that I think this is his payback from what like if you do what you always done, you get what you always got. And I think Diddy, what he did was he did a lot of dirt, and then he got to pay. He got to go through his jail time right
Well,
now.
um, well, I look at it a little bit different. Look at the history of this country, the history of what this country goes through. All that is related to the way we get treated in this country with the police, the way we get policed in our neighborhoods, the way we get played, these sundown towns, this system that we living in. This is the same system that he's fighting against. So, we gotta. That's how I look at it. Because
Yeah. What's
Hugh
this
Hefner.
thing, right? I'm sorry.
Well, I just wanted to say real quick, Hugh Hefner didn't get.
Okay.
Hugh Hefner passed away with no smut on his name.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We gotta think. You gotta think like this.
But
He come from nothing. He come from the hood. He
okay.
got big. He forgot who he was.
No,
Everybody out. He
no.
left behind. Now he's sitting in that county jail. He need to sit there and think about everybody he left behind. He need to think about how he got everybody bad.
You think so?
He need to sit there and think about why why this is happening. It's like this is happening because of what he did, but this is not really the situation. Like God is trying to open his eyes and show him something. But it's like he needs to realize, like he needs to come out here and be a better person. He needs to get out and be a better. You see how Mike Tyson is? Mike Tyson ain't the same.
No, he's very humble.
Mike Tyson would. If you look on my Facebook, Ace of Queens on Facebook page, friend me, I got all of Mike Tyson. He was gorilla. And Clarissa Shields, she have a fight next month. Like, I'm sorry, I'm into boxing, but
Yeah, yeah, that's cool.
just saying, this man, he did so much dirt back when it was East Coast versus West Coast. He was doing so much as far as the producers and how he ran Bad Boys and what he did to Tupac with Suge Knight, all that beef,
Wait, but
all that stuff
what did he do to Tupac?
is coming back on him right now.
What did he do to Tupac?
So let's just say, you know, the East Coast versus how, West Coast basically, it's like whatever the setup was. He in the car with Tupac. Everybody got killed except for him. Only Tupac got killed, and except for Suge and him.
Unalive, unalive.
I'm sorry, unalived except. I'm sorry, yes, everybody got unalived except for him and Suge. Who set that up? Everybody say Suge. Nah, Suge didn't do that. Cause look what all Suge went through, and he's still alive.
But
I don't believe that man.
the guy that did that to Tupac was from
Who
California.
was with him?
The
Who
guy
was with him in the car?
Suge Knight.
And who else?
That's it. It was
Nicki. Diddy.
no. It was just Tupac. It was just Tupac and Suge Knight. The night that
He
Tupac.
was. He was with them. Diddy was with them.
Diddy, I don't think Diddy was cool with Suge Knight. I don't think they was ever cool. Suge
Diddy
Knight,
was with
Su-
Tupac.
you sure? Because Suge Knight is from California. You know that, right? East Coast versus West Coast. Diddy is from New York. You know, they had that thing going for a while. And Tupac he was with Death Row Records at the time.
Okay.
Now,
Um,
I think,
but on this is what I'm doing. He's getting his karma from all the dirt he did in the past. That's why he's sitting in there. He got some time to think. This is his sit down time. He needs to be sitting there thinking about his family. Right now, he's thinking about women, money. I'm the man. I'm this and I'm that. Now, what is you? Without everything being ripped from you. Now you ain't got nothing. Now you sitting there with your hands behind four walls. Have you ever did time? Doing time ain't nice. Behind four walls and you sitting on he's sitting on a little mat, on a homeless shelter mat. Have you ever been in a shelter?
no, I've never been in a shelter.
Volunteer at a shelter. Get in trouble and volunteer at a shelter. Have to clean some beds or something. Or go to the county jail. You go to the county jail, he's sleeping on the county jail bed. He used to sleeping on plush. He ain't on no plush. He ain't plushy. He's sleeping on a quarter-inch mat. And it's every time he turn, he hear that leather. That he ain't in a sheet. And he wearing the same clothes. He get changed out 3 days a week, and he get 3 hots in the cot. When they call his name, if he miss out on that hot in the cot, he eating commissary. If he ain't got commissary, he talking on tablets. That's what he's living on. That's how his life is. He talking on tablets. He used to people doing that for him. He doing it on his phone. But he now do he even know his logins? You know what I'm saying? Now he got to learn. Now he got to sit back and think. You see what I'm saying? And if they keep him in there, that's not gonna humble him. That's not gonna help him. That's not gonna make him a man. It made my dude Tyson. My dude, it humbled him, but he needed it. Cause how he beat his woman, that was he beat her. He beat his woman for real. Now Cassie, she got with him. She bust his head open.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. But
Yeah, that was
uh,
yeah.
she bust him up. She lit him up. I apologize. She lit him up. So like, what he supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like, a man and a woman ain't never supposed to take it to the law. If you gonna take it to the laws, why would you take your woman to the laws? That's your backbone. That's your the same person you lay down with. So they was two enemies in the bed together. So you gotta be careful who you lay down with, because that could be your enemy. So he laying down with his enemy the whole time, right?
Yeah.
So you gonna let this man out? You think he gonna go running? You think he gonna go? Everybody talking about, oh, he gonna go.
Listen,
Yo,
listen to this.
everybody that
Listen to this,
uh
Ace. Listen to this.
They're not standing by no more getting killed. We're not scared of anybody standing up and standing by. We're on the verge of a race war. But it would also be irresponsible of me to just let this moment go by. The world is watching and not do everything I can to make sure that going forth that we're a part of the narrative, that we own our politics. And so I'm launching one of the boldest movements that I've ever launched, and it's called Our Black Party. Okay. It's time for us to have our own black political party, unapologetically. Because right now, if you look at the debates, we're not even a part of the conversation. Not at all. We're not a part of the conversation. We don't have any political power. We don't have any political leverage. And so we started Our Black Party um, with some young, fearless black activists, elected officials, and I've stepped up and put the money behind it. This is
You see that? You see
yeah.
that? This is what I was talking about. He was when you start talking like that, he got somebody's attention. He didn't forget. See, I don't think he forgot where he came from. I think he was reaching back, saying, "Look here, I didn't forget where I came from. Let's start a party for us." Because in the political debates, we're not even part of the conversation. Let's demand to be part of the conversation, and we gonna come together and be one voice, and we're gonna be heard. And when he started that right there, what he was talking was getting power, gathering power. Jay-Z don't talk like that. 50 Cent don't talk like that.
Uh,
And see, 50 Cent ain't in trouble. Jay-Z not in trouble. See what I'm saying? Now,
yeah.
he,
Just ask everybody to like, follow, tap the screen.
thank you, thank
Just
you. Yeah.
listening, please like, tap,
Yeah, share the
say
live.
yes,
Yes, thank you.
share, type FYU in the comments, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, but so you saying that
Oh, we
he
got
supported the
yeah.
community. He was trying to come with something. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Yes, he was for the community. A lot of people don't know that because they don't publicize that part. They
Uh-huh.
don't talk about that part. And this is what, the part that's not talked about, that's the part that I want to highlight. I mean,
Yeah.
he may not be likable, or he may have done some things, that hotel thing with Cassie, I don't agree with it. However, like you was talking earlier, it with you and your man, and that she proved it because she stayed with him after that. She didn't leave.
Uh-huh.
She stayed with him and she continued to, participate. So, you know, and continue to be by his side. So, uh this is what he was a part of. This is what he was doing. This is the movement that he was pushing.
Real funny. When we come back and get back with him and take his 20 billion that he gave her, she give it back to him and they get together and get married, and they get together and get together. They'd be like, now what?
Well, that I don't think that's not too likely to happen because, she's married to that other guy now. She's married to the trainer and she's
But he
pregnant.
was
I don't think so. She's pregnant and she's pregnant by the trainers. She's got a
she, she was married.
that could be.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. I have to check on that one.
Been walked right when she said, I miss, the free DFOs, and I just wanted, time with him, and her husband couldn't take it because he was Diddy. You was he when they was together, the personal trainer or whatever,
Yeah.
mashing.
Hmm. I'm gonna play a little bit more of
Yeah,
this.
Diddy.
I'm gonna play a little bit more of this clip so y'all can hear it.
the 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 biggest threat and the only shit that we have right now as far as making a change, taking our own self responsibility and accountability to be educated and empowered with our vote. So what's the goal for our Black Party? Black Party's no if man is elected, we're not standing by no more getting killed. We're not scared of any.
Okay, that was the whole clip. So yeah, you got the gist of where he was, but that was I think that was like an hour-long interview with him and Charlemagne the God. So if you wanted to look that up, you could look that up and check out the whole interview. But this is where his mind was. Jay-Z didn't talk like that. 50 Cent didn't talk like that. Um, who are the
Some
other?
people shook.
Yeah,
People,
yeah. Yes, and they know. See, not only was he talking like that, but they know that he had the influence to make it happen.
and the power and the
And
dollars.
yes, and the money. He got the money and the influence to make it happen. So,
Mm-hmm. The next president.
yes, they know that he knew how to move. And if he wasn't the
Mm-hmm.
next president, he would be close to the president to be in his ear, like a Elon. They know that. So they had to, take him down a peg or two. I don't think this case was about what they say it's about. I think it was about breaking him. It's about taking him down. That's all they want to do.
And he straight up get a straight little check.
The judge can get a check.
When he go to his little right when he least expect it, he gonna be sitting and somebody gonna accidentally be walking by and set a cup down on the table and it's gonna accidentally tip over and it's gonna have a note in it. And the note gonna say, go to this car. And if you don't, you got about 10 people watching you. You gotta follow instructions.
Oh
The
man.
note gonna be very precise. That's how Diddy roll.
Hey, have you ever heard that? What I just played for you, have you ever heard that?
Nah, never heard it.
See,
Never heard it.
it's not that's the part that they don't publicize all that much.
Yeah, but that would be good because we don't have no like Oprah. She never would do nothing for us like that.
Exactly. None of them talk like that. Yes, the only other person that was close to talking like that or close to being like that would probably be, I would say, Spike Lee. Uh, as far as an entertainer goes, maybe Tyler Perry, because Tyler Perry have made well, a lot of us. He's made a lot of BOK millionaires. So,
They finna try to do Tyler Perry in right now, and he's facing lawsuits because of his little situation of the happy community too.
oh,
So,
$420 million. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of money. You're right.
and you gotta think about it because he got too much power. He when you get that much money, why you got that much power, and you not helping, you not doing nothing right. Like how he found that man? anyway. They made him an actor. They killed him off.
That's it.
So that's why he coming for him.
Unalived them off. I think.
Sorry, I dived him off. But thank you.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
I think
I apologize.
that's cool. I think he took him out because because of what he did. You know, he probably, to be honest.
He posing there on vacation in his swimsuit.
Eh,
Why? Boy, call you and tell you good night in his swimsuit.
Yeah, that's true. I think Tyler Perry, yeah, to be honest though, Tyler, he might have played
You
himself
want,
with that one.
you want somebody with me talking about, put it in my face.
Oh my goodness.
You don't want Tyler Perry talking about, standing next to you with his bathing suit out, talking about can I poke you?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's supposed to laid in the bed and touched his leg or something. Yeah. But you know what?
Many people, I'm listening. Diddy need to stop buying baby oil. Okay. Baby oil for him is off limits from this moment on.
No more baby oil
For
for Diddy?
real. No more KY. No more baby oil.
Oh
No more baby oil. No more KY. That needs to be out of his, on his, if he get on probation, if he's in probation, that needs to be a part of his stipulation.
part of the
No
probation.
oil, no KY,
No KY.
no FOs, and no extra women. And you can only be with women of your ethnicity.
Oh,
Hood chick, like Little Kim or somebody, not Little
look
Kim. I
him.
don't know, somebody that's not going to take you to the bank.
Okay. PGF clothing. What's going on, brother? Well, uh, I think they need to just let that man go. Let him go home. Let him go. If you're gonna convict him, then go ahead, give him time served, and let him go. Let the man go.
There's not going to be no running no charges concurrent. It ain't going to be no running no charges running wild. You're going to let him sit there until October. The judge is trying to see if he's going to get a little whistle in between October. You got some time to pay me. I'm going to let you sit there. You better figure out, your family better know how to get to me, and my whole family better be sitting on what Cassie's sitting on or better.
That's what it is. The judge wants some change.
Exactly. It ain't going to be nice and easy. And breezy.
Wow. I see that. Hugh Hefner did a whole lot of stuff.
I never knew that.
Yeah, Hugh Hefner he was terrible. It was so many women came out against,
Yeah.
yeah, it was so many women came out against Hugh Hefner, but he never got charged with nothing. Yes, yes, yes. That's what I'm saying. We gotta understand the history of this country and who they really targeting. Yes.
I mean, I ain't gonna even front. Like, I'll be
Oh,
watching them
PBS.
pornos, like, extra hard. You know what I mean?
What?
Like, I'll be watching trans
Oh my
men on
goodness.
trans
Oh
men.
my
I'll
God.
be watching women on women. I'll be watching threesomes.
Oh my
Like,
God.
you can kind of feel where did he coming from.
You can you
But that's on TV.
PGF
But to in real life,
one sec one
talking about real humans.
one sec, Ace. PGF request to come up, man. You can come up, brother. Um, Ace, you got a wild side to you. Oh man.
Yeah, for real. I'll be because ain't nobody finna steal my husband. If you see my husband, he a 10.
Well,
So I'm only like a 5 or a 4. Do you see what these girls look like? These girls be half naked. I ain't got no, like, I'm flat chest. You know what I'm saying? I need a BBL. Like they got BBLs. You see, my real sister, her her butt sits natural. She don't need her. You would think she got a BBL, and
Oh,
she got all of that. I was not blessed. I'm just petite and itty bitty, toy size. But
oh,
got them hands like Clarissa Shields and a straight fade you. But anyways, yeah, that part. But anyways, back to Diddy. I'm just saying, I'm with the horns, but to have some humans sitting in front of my husband, like doing them, like it's different. Like we can watch this all day. Like I'm finna come in my little nurse outfit. I can be the doctor. I can be the nurse. What you want to do?
wow. Okay, okay. Oh, hubby ain't got to go nowhere, huh? He get it all right at home.
I mean, all on my face and
Oh my,
like I'm gonna teach you what they just showed me on the video.
oh,
I don't even know the video even existed. It's been studying.
oh, y'all make your own movie, huh?
I am the movie.
You okay? All right. Yeah, yeah, let that man go home. Let him go home. Let him go.
He need one like he need a real one. See, he ain't had a real one in his life. That's what the problem is. He need a real one, and he's sitting there messing with all these flaws. That's why he coming up short. He getting all these flaws in the evidence, and that's why you know what I'm saying. He had all that flaws in the evidence, and that's why he got free. Because all that stuff they tried to say, he wasn't doing none of that. Men didn't do that. But what he did do, what he shouldn't have done, was been messing with somebody 19. Get you a sugar mama about 50, 40. Who don't want nobody and they know how to cook Thanksgiving dinner? Do this girl know how to cook a Thanksgiving meal? Does she know how to hang up some curtains? Does she know how to, iron up the towels and, iron up the sheets? And, what is she doing? What kind of woman is her character?
Well, that's Diddy
What kind of
though. I
woman
mean,
he got?
Diddy don't. They don't do all that. He probably got he's got a restaurant inside his house. I mean,
Stupid. Who would you mess with a woman that don't do stuff like that? No. What I'm saying, you a dummy. He a weirdy.
he probably got.
No.
That's not
Don't you
what.
want a woman because you rich
But
that don't know how to do that? She should still know how to do something.
they
If
live
she
on.
cooking home cooked meals,
Nah, they live on a different level than we do. They live a different life. They don't live like we live. They got restaurants inside their houses. I mean, they got chefs. They got, they for them to go fly to Paris to eat lunch is nothing. Let's go to Paris and eat lunch. We'll be back, in the morning or whatever. That's no big deal. I mean, they live like,
that part,
yeah,
yeah,
they living different.
it's living.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. But at the end of the
Yeah,
day, let that man go. But I'm curious. Oh,
yeah.
hey, Ace, have you heard about what's going on with Busta Rhymes, though?
Mhm.
I
I've been
think
seeing him
now let's take
working with Charlemagne now.
now the same.
Trying
I
to something.
I'm not sure, but I believe 50 Cent is supposed to be making a Netflix or producing a Netflix series with him, with Busta Rhymes, and he gonna be touching on Diddy too. But Busta Rhymes supposed to be one of those of the rainbow uh, community.
What you talking?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Even his yeah his body
You orange?
his body Hey, tell me this, Ace, tell me this. Have you ever seen Busta Rhymes with a girl? Ah, see?
What? Wait.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to be turning like a top or a bottom.
Oh,
He want bottom.
oh, ah.
That's how I do it. It's just the booty hole.
Hey, my goodness.
Booty hole.
Oh my goodness.
So I like it, daddy. You know, the word
I don't know. No.
is going. It's just the booty hole.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, women be out here getting it in though, cause boy, Buster Rhymes, I didn't know that, cause he a cutie patootie. Dang, you just got my imagination. I used to bump him back in the day. I used to get them paychecks in the streets. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Yeah, I used to, I got you a cheeseburger. You hungry? Let's go McDonald's. You know what I'm talking
All right. All right. Yeah.
about?
On the
Yeah.
block. Yeah.
Playing that Buster.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Got you all in check.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Damn. It's crazy. Who put him on? He ain't with Diddy, though.
No. I don't know
He,
how did
he not with Diddy. Buster ain't with Diddy.
no. How did Buster Rhymes get put on?
What happened to them? How they fall off, man?
I don't
I'm
know.
sorry. What you say, love?
Yeah, he's supposed to be on something. The girls. Wait, who is this?
Hmm.
Galena. Well, Galena. It's hard
See,
to
now
read
he
them.
need a movie. See, this the only way Diddy gonna come back. If he come back and he come out with a movie telling the truth, telling the
Galena.
whole truth,
Galena
and he
said
need
Diddy.
characters to play him and play her.
Galena say Diddy didn't do it.
Man, make it make sense. He didn't do what?
There you go. Or whatever they charging him with. That you know. That
Yeah, he did it. He did it. Well, he didn't do what they charged him with, but he slapped her up though.
I know he spent
He
that,
did the FOs. He had the escort.
but that's not illegal though.
Oh yeah, you right on that now. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I got a charge, a couple of charges on me. I ain't ashamed of my game, but you know,
Was it for
Diddy
the?
now he's a felon.
But I mean, the charges you got, was it for that?
Yup,
Okay. Okay,
I'm
good.
a working lady.
Oh, okay. Ain't nothing wrong with getting your hustle on. Ain't nothing wrong with doing your thing.
It's not. It's just booty hole.
Who we got? Oh, I thought I saw PBR.
It's just booty hole. It goes for the right price. We need some baby oil.
Oh, man.
Baby oil.
Let's bring PGF up here. I ain't seen
Yeah.
I ain't seen PGF in a minute. Where you been, brother?
Yo, I was down there, Marcus, today, suited and booted, ready, waiting for this cat to come out, man.
That's what's up. Suited and booted. There you go.
You know,
You let that
came
man
home.
home, man. Let that man come on home.
Yeah, man, it was so wrong because normally, because the charges is so low, what they do is they let him bail out based on get a little bailed out based on the sentence day. So he got a lot of options here, bro. But the whole thing is th- this sorry ass fucking defense.
Hey,
Excuse
no
me.
cussing, no cussing.
Oh my bad.
It's okay.
I was
We're
pissed
just
off.
a
I was
No
pissed
worries.
off. I was pissed off today because you're in the media and you're smiling, taking pictures like you won a championship, and this guy is still in jail.
Wait, was Diddy doing that? I have no idea. Like, I just heard the news. I didn't
Hold on,
watch the live
Galena.
footage.
Galena, where you from, Galena? Where you from,
You
Galena?
know where I'm from. Every time, Marcus.
Oh,
Every time.
What's up, Galena? What's going on, Galena? How you
Okay,
doing today?
Kansas. That's why you're like, you really can't pinpoint my belief.
Okay, I
You don't know.
remember. I remember now.
All of them. But things, guys.
Yeah, what we doing?
Yeah. So
Anyways,
come on, come
So
on,
I
Galena.
had the floor. Could I have the floor, please?
Come on, Pete. Yeah, you did have the
I'm gonna
flow.
say one thing before you, okay?
No,
Marcus.
I don't
I
want
swear
you.
to God, a few
No,
months
no,
ago we had this debate, and I
Wait,
said,
wait.
you
Before
quit
and if you both continue,
One
can
at a
we please like, follow, tap the screen, send gifts,
bro,
keep
it's
Marcus
silver
up?
heart.
thank
What am I
y'all.
doing?
Much love, much
I'm
love.
gonna be honest with you. I don't feel anybody that's outside our culture
Thank you,
should be
Galena.
saying anything.
What's part of your fan club?
That's how I personally feel.
She is.
You can't say nothing positive about him. Don't say nothing at all.
Hold on,
About
PGL.
Mr.
Wait.
Marcus.
Hold on, wait.
Stop it.
Hold on. One sec. Wait, one sec. One sec, PGL. One sec, y'all. Everybody. On this panel, everybody gets an opinion, respectively. Everybody gets a voice. That's what makes my panel what it is. Everybody is respectful. We respectful to everybody. Respectful to the next guest. Let them say their opinion, and as long as they're being respectful, be respectful to them. Don't We're not gonna condescend nobody or none of that. We're gonna let everybody say what they have to say and what they want to say. And as long as they're respectful, we all be respectful to one another. Everybody gets a voice. And with that, when y'all do speak, please don't try to dominate the panel. Let the next person speak too.
You know the guy from 7-Eleven?
Which one?
That's
Seven Heaven, the movie.
What?
It's TV show.
show.
Yeah, the TV show.
Did you reach your people up because they're doing that on purpose?
Nah, they not.
No,
See,
I think I know what you're talking about now.
I don't know what's her name, but every time somebody say something, she gotta uh, interject when really me when I'm not finished, and it's very
I react.
not rude.
No, I know you're talking about me. I will mute myself. Sorry.
okay, okay. Who else we got? Oh,
Right.
the
So
truth hurt.
let me tell you this. This guy, right,
Uh-huh.
got this thing on Max right now.
Oh,
Go on Max. They got Demons of Hollywood. Now, this is a guy outside the culture. Normally, anybody outside our culture, I don't have me personally. I don't have nothing bad about them to say. Even Jeffrey Dahmer eating people, Son of Sam, and the list goes on and on. You never heard me say one bad thing. But here and here, people outside of our culture come in and have something bad about him to say, and not even a part of the rap culture or know nothing about us, and they condemn us, and they come in and they do that, and they think that's cool, and it's not cool. And look, to me, it looks racist, and I don't like it personally. So if you're not looking the good in this human being of another culture, and you come into another culture and you're talking about somebody and you're another race, it's kind of disrespectful in a way, because you're supposed to look to love the other race and not look to condemn. And a lot of people outside of our culture come in and condemn. I don't like it.
okay. Okay. Go ahead, land your plane, PG.
All right, so the guy from 7-Eleven, he's admitting
to molesting all those children
Oh,
on the show that was under 12 years old. He admitted it on national TV. And if anybody should be going after him, everybody should be going after him. And he should be in jail right now. And he's not in jail.
okay. All right. PG, hold on, PG. I was trying to wait on you to land your plane, brother, but I wanna give everybody a chance to speak. All right, come on, cause we got Truth Hurts up here. Truth Hurts.
Yes, sir.
And then I'm gonna go to Galena. Truth Hurts, how you doing?
How are you, sir?
All right, where you from, Truth Hurt?
I'm from North Carolina,
No,
45 and Caucasian.
all right, North Carolina in the house. All right, what you got for it? And then, wait, I'm gonna come back to you, Truth Hurts, because Galena wanted to have something to say, and then I'm gonna come back to
Yes.
Truth Hurts, and then we're gonna go back to Ace. Oh, PGF gone. All right, PG left. All right, come on, Galena. Galena, you muted.
Well, yeah, because I get yelled at if I don't.
Yeah, we're not gonna yell at you. Come on.
7-Eleven guy, like I never watched that series, but I watched like a short. Like I just know about the fact that the guy that was like the dad of it. It's kind of like, no offense, guys, like the Bill Cosby. It's like one of those dads of the dads, and they end up, guess what? Find out they're creeps. They're fucking creeps.
Hey, no cussing, no
And
cussing. No, you know that, Galena, no cussing.
well, I mean, kind of yes and no. I'm on another app where I sell some products and stuff, and I can cuss on there. So
Yeah, but not on here. No, no. Like I said, this is a safe.
not
We do,
OnlyFans. I'm not selling,
I know, but
but
hold on. Let me let you know that. Yeah, we are. I just gave PGF a loan, and I said we are respectful to everybody. Everybody gets their voice. Everybody gets their opinion.
I'm
Also,
saying that.
hold on, hold
But
on, hold on, hold on,
very
hold
old.
on, hold on. Also, no profanity. No profanity. We don't cuss. We use our.
All I said is right now. I said all I did. I agree with them.
Okay, come on. All
What
right.
else do you want to know?
No, nothing. Let's let truth hurts. Come on, truth hurts.
All right. Hats off to the host for rounding them up, man, keeping it clean. And
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wait, how you just no, you just cut this.
The date like a couple months ago, and it was like
Wait.
city.
Oh my
And I
goodness.
was like, "No,
You just said you
you
was
said
finished.
I was like,
Belina, you just said you was finished. Come on now. Truth hurts was speaking. You just straight cut him off. Come on, truth hurts.
anyway, yeah, hats off to you.
Wait, don't go nowhere, Ace of Queens.
Uh,
Come on, truth hurts.
anyway, I take it, I just was flipping through and I seen this, and I take it you guys just giving input on what people think about it.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I'm 45-year-old white guy, and I grew up listening to Iggy and Puffy and everybody else, so I was always a fan. I think what kind of changed my mind, even though it wasn't part of the trial or anything, was watching him kind of beat up the little girl in the hotel, and I was just like, wow, kind of tarnished me for him a little bit. But I wasn't on the jury. I didn't see everything they'd seen. And if they said he was innocent, I completely support that. But, on the main charges, I think the other one, my personal opinion, I think with the reason why the judge did not let him out on sentencing, he's going to use all that as time served and let him walk a free man.
Oh,
That's my personal opinion.
okay. One sec. Okay, Queens, you said you got to get out of here. I mean, yeah, Ace of Queens, you got to go.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right, Ace of Queens. Thank you.
Got business in the morning. I'll come back tomorrow if you want to go ahead and get it back lit.
Tonight,
You
11 Central.
know I got it live and popping for you, but I gotta go ahead and fall off. Go ahead and drop me off.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
All right. All right. Yeah. Now, yeah, yeah, Now the hotel thing, we all watched that. They played it over and over. They played it 50 million times or however many times they played it. Now, like that, then I would have looked at that. Uh-oh, you got some background going.
Yeah, that's my fault, boss man. Hold on.
I would have looked at that footage and I would have said he's guilty. I would have said the man is guilty, hands down, and nothing to talk about. But that's not what he was charged with. He was charged with a RICO, and he was charged with other stuff. So he wasn't charged with that. So
No, no, absolutely, absolutely. I'm just saying as far as character goes, that's kind of changed my mind, but at the same time, it makes him guilty of the other charges just because of the person doing the game. As I'm sure him and any other profile famous person, whatever you want to call them, you know, as well as I do, but they probably getting into some shady dealing at the same time. If you can't prove it, win that one.
I mean, you got, other people have done all kind of stuff, and they've never been really charged with Ben Roethlisberger. Look at Robert Downey Jr. and he came back and became Iron Man. So people can bounce back. People
Yeah,
can bounce
it's
back.
just,
So
you know, this is just more of how the community gonna take, and it appears like, you know, everybody's embracing him and everything, and not throwing him to the wolves and saying, "Hey, we don't want nothing else to do with him," and all this, that, and the other. But I don't know. I mean, like I said, hell, you got a lot of people coming out of the woodwork. We don't know if they was looking for money grabs or if they were serious and sincere about everything they said. So who knows? Who knows? He
yeah,
knows the truth. God knows the truth.
yeah,
The jury made their mind up and
uh,
said, "Hey, we
yeah.
can't get you but on two charges." Now I hate that the judge is smart enough to not throw him in 20 years over those two charges. I know a lot of people go, "Yeah, he's a good jail, good jail." But I mean, he has got a clean record and everything. No matter what you might be into, at the end of the day, you don't have a record and all that kind of stuff. Really think it hit him with slow when he goes back and rents out. So, I don't see him pulling any more time than, you know, till October, and then they're gonna say, "All right, yeah, you got the previous record. We're gonna let you well." And hell, after that, he's gonna make all kinds of movies. There'll probably be a Netflix deal. I mean, he's gonna make money.
Oh,
Not that he needs it. Not that he needs it. But
how
I,
much you think he spent on this trial?
and that's what I was gonna say. I guarantee you, like from what I have read and everything, of course, you got to take a lot of it with a grain of salt. You know, he dipped in pretty heavy into his net worth, really, since the whole Cassidy stuff came out originally. I'm going to say it was like almost $300 million down since his, before that happened versus what he is now. I mean, ain't cheap lawyers neither.
You're right. You're right. You might be close on that one because from what I've read and from what I've been seeing, this trial, just the trial alone, was a minimum $100,000 a day
Oh yeah.
per day he was spending, and then he was, the state, they were spending that type of money too. I don't know what the state was spending, but they had about 20, 30 lawyers in the prosecution, just because you
Well,
see two or three attorneys on the prosecution, but they got other 20, 30 attorneys in the background going through all that footage, going through all that, all that other stuff they took out the house. It wasn't no two or three lawyers going through that. It was 20, 30, 35 lawyers going through that stuff. It was a
but
whole
see, what
office.
people need to remember this too. Where he got, where he was in court and everything, you got a 90% guilty rate. You better come with a strong game, and you must have had a strong game to really get two of those charges. And those two were
almost guaranteed that they had plenty of free time. I mean, they did their job and knocked him out of the most serious charges. Like I said, I just hope they don't say, "Oh, you're going to pull 20 years." Even at, what is he like? So I mean, really and truly, understand over 6 or 7 years. It's just, I don't know. That puts the best phase of your life behind you. I feel like. So I don't know what. I
Yeah,
don't know. I mean, you can't bring Biggie back. That's the point right there that I wish come back out of the hole. But
yeah, Biggie. Yeah, we don't, and I've heard rumors on that too, but we don't really know what happened with Biggie,
oh no,
Tupac.
no, no! I'm just saying that was the good days of hip hop. To
Oh,
me, as a white, you know, young kid growing up, there wasn't nothing like Biggie, Mace, and Puffy, and
oh,
having a Dodge bullets on Suge Knight.
yeah, Suge Knight.
That was just my personal preference and my little crowd that I ran with and everything back in the day. That was it, man. That was one of the days. I still can't go to a club where, like I said, I'm older now. But if I go to a bar or something and that shit comes on, it brings me back to the club days.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I just hope, and it happens because you get on TikTok and a lot of race bait and all that kind of ridiculous at this point. 2025 is just like, yeah,
I think
I mean,
that,
I'd say the same thing if it was Eminem or if it was Puffy or if it was Machine Gun Kelly. To me, it ain't about that. It's just about if you did this, you need to pull the trigger. And I'm a, I just sleep with her and throw in the book at her. Rick, this kind of stuff. That stuff. Childish for him.
well,
Feel like though they had something. I feel like they had something, and they just couldn't prove their case. I don't know. I mean, maybe he's just a freak, and that's all there is to it. It just, you know, like I said, I'm sure, just like you said, there's plenty of famous people out there that have got to have some shady dealings somewhere along the line. You got that much money, you ain't got nothing better to do. I mean, it ain't like you can't go spend, you know, whatever you want and get whatever you want, buy whatever you want, do whatever you want. So I mean, you're gonna have to have something for entertainment. Or you got everything in the world. So maybe he just wanted to have freak offs and whatever he wanted to do, and that was
well, yeah, but in this country, I mean, we live in America. I think America is one of the most divided countries in the world when it comes to
absolutely.
race. Is just, and I think the people, it's certain people in power that want to keep it that way because
Yeah, but
they can control things better. And
I'll be honest with you, man.
uh,
And he's scrolling through things, and I'm just like, I realized how, if I was living like 2 miles away from
yeah.
I'm like, I mean, you know, it's a free country, but at the same time, and it may have the same right, I always equal opportunity does not always mean equal. And just because you're given an opportunity doesn't mean that you're going to have the same outcome as somebody else. Sure, I'm sure that it's rooted, if an Asian man has a company and he's got a bunch of people that come in and probably want to say stick to his own. And I'm sure it's deep rooted a lot, and not everybody has that mindset of it ain't about race. A lot of people, from what I'm seeing on TikTok, especially, it's just like, good God Almighty, I didn't know it was that. Like, it makes me want to run out to the street now. Somebody just looking at me because of who I am or what I look like. And I didn't grow up. Basically, well,
know it is. Because you can say it all the time. Well, I got black friends and all this kind of stuff. Hell, I mean, I served in the military. The guys that completely different, But I never looked at them any different. It was always just, you know, and you could cut jokes back in the day. You can make jokes about stuff, and now everybody thinking that you're attacking them, and TikTok took a big role in that. Like it gives people the opportunity to feed off of other people's bullshit. Excuse my language.
Yeah, no cussing. No cuss.
It's
Yeah, I don't cuss
and
on
I
here.
apologize. I apologize. But yeah, I mean it does. It seems like it seems more it fans the flames a lot more. People get more upset and come real hard. Don't really just sit back and have their own values. They're more concerned about other people's values. Jumping on a bandwagon. But that's just my opinion. I guess I'm raised a little bit different, had a little bit different outlook on it, and I know it ain't all teachers and cream for different races, and I know what everybody. I didn't live it, but I know what a lot of people, upper age, 60, 70-year-old people. I know they had rough life, especially as a you know, person. Uh, Airport. That's been research I've done. Everything. It's dang, I mean, that's a very life to have to live. Um, be treated like absolute garbage and still put a smile on your face at the end of the day.
Well,
I mean, I think if I was black, if I was a black person, I honestly think I would probably hate white people.
you think so?
Well, let me put it like this: if I was over the age of 65, I know I would.
That's interesting. Let's welcome Noxious. Noxious. Okay, Noxious. Okay, I can't. Okay, I can't. Uh, you didn't say nothing. Come on back up when you're ready, Noxious. But this country is it's just what it is. I mean, we got these sundown towns. Like I said, I think it is a certain power structure that's in place that got this nation divided the way it is, that perpetuates the division, the racism, they perpetuates it, and it's a trick. They trick. Um, I think the YT people are the ones that are getting tricked because they trick the people to say, who was that guy that said, was it Lyndon Johnson? Oh, he said if you tell you can take the poorest white person and convince them, if you can convince them that they're better than the richest BLK person, they'll give you, they'll let you pick, he'll let you pick his pockets. Matter of fact, he'll even give you his money. Something like that, he said.
Uh,
So,
I'd like to really
yes,
one of the main races for children.
and they, yeah, and he was a trickster. So
Yeah, you hang out with Martin Luther King and then turn around and bomb
yeah,
after he left.
and then, I think mm, I think the people that really do genuinely want to see a change, I think those are the people that just don't have enough power to do so right now. The people that are in power are the ones that's controlling it right now. We got Mr. McBride. Let's bring Mr. McBride up here.
And a lot of it too, though, is just not wanting to admit. I think that's a big part of it. Like just wanting to pretend like it's not there, and racism. Oh, it's not really there. It's not really there. And you get in a debate with them, as a BLK person, as soon as you start dropping proofs or facts or even just experiences, all of a sudden you could watch that person change into the biggest hypocrite or the start. And it's just like I said, I'm new to TikTok, and I just can't believe
So
some of the stuff
are
that
you saying
is on there.
Are you saying you've been in some of the white spaces and seen some of those things?
Nothing.
Uh,
Exactly.
because I mean, I'm saying because you would be able to get in, and they would like
Yeah.
me, they would probably kick me out. But they would let you hear certain things that they wouldn't. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. You know, I'm,
I'm just curious.
I'm the fake flag and be like, nah, this ain't cool. You know, you get into some chat rooms too, and as soon as you start saying something, then you get ganged up on by a bunch of people. And, you know, it becomes more like you're in a choir than in a debate. Everybody's thinking at the same time. Everybody's working on each.
Because
Like I
I'm
said,
curious to hear
it's crazy.
I'm curious to know how they be talking.
It's more of a mindset, I think, of um, how different races want handouts and want to have an excuse on why they're not succeeding in life or why they're not doing better when they. And I'm trying to say this in a friendly and so on your channel. I don't want them on here, you know,
Yeah, I think I
getting
got you.
into it. And so, you know, it's more about the whole. Um, Can you be a racist and not know you're a racist type thing? And I think that
Mm.
people don't realize that. And I'll be, you know, I'm also one of these firm believers that say any person can be racist. Now there are different, I hate to say, levels.
Well,
Historically, white people have been, and I'm not saying every one of them, but as a whole, historically, white people have been more racist toward other,
well,
you know,
well,
people.
well. I would say this. Truth hurts. I would say that racism holds a certain power dynamic, and if you racism in itself is the ability to inhibit a certain group of people from
Right.
certain things. And uh,
Maybe racism isn't the right word. Yeah. And maybe I'm not in the I feel like racism might not be as bad as so you can hate, you know, a BLK person might absolutely hate a white person, which and my opinion, sometimes that hatred can be the reverse. And it works both ways. I'm not saying that black people hate white people or white people hate every. I think there's a lot of hate and a lot of this grudge holding on a lot of different sides.
okay.
Uh, I'm not saying it's not valid. I'm not saying that because given the history, like I said, I've been born. If I was a 60
Well,
plus year old black man,
let me,
I know for a
let
fact
me,
I'd
s-
be one
I
better
got you.
man.
Let me say this, truth. Now, you said hatred might be worse. Let me say this. Now, worse than racism. However, let's say, I don't know, my neighbor, or let's say your neighbor, a BLK man, just hates you, HATE, hates you. And
Uh-huh.
let's say my neighbor is racist, and he's a part of the system, the racist system. And when I go into a bank, say to get a loan, that same racist person that's a part of this racist system is there to give me this loan. I come in with the same qualifications as my white counterpart, but I get denied my loan because of racism. However, your neighbor that hates you, I mean, what power is he really wielding over you for real? I mean, just because he hates you.
Well, here's the thing. And I'm not downplaying what you're saying, but there are in place federal laws that can protect something like that. Should it happen, and you can prove that, then there's a great chance that you know, made whole. Whereas if somebody hates your guts, you can't really argue that. You can't go in there and say, "Well, this guy hates me."
Yeah,
I don't
but that
hate him. You know,
there's no
there's
harm in it.
no,
As long as there's no action behind it, there's no harm in it. Okay, he hates me.
but
Okay, he hates
if
me.
he hates me enough not to hurt me, if he says I ain't giving him that, because he'll have a better life. You know,
But we as a
I
whole,
understand where you're saying.
yeah,
I
because
don't want the way what you're saying,
yeah,
but
we no, no. I mean, we got to know where the power. You know what? I'm gonna just say we got to understand where the real power is in this country, and we inherently don't have the real power in this country. But with
well,
that, I'm
would you say it's fair to say that the systematic racism exists, and because of that, BLK people hold a hatred toward uh, YT people,
no.
you know,
No, we
in their
don't. No,
gut.
no, no, no. We are a loving, caring people. That's why we march with people. That's why we march and fight with other people so much because we are a loving, care. Even this man right here on the panel with us, he's one of them. He's a loving, caring. We are inherently, it's just in our DNA to be loving and caring and to be forgiving. We are very forgiving people. No,
One
we
thing is for sure that I
like,
would point to you guys stick together, and I don't want that. Please don't feel the derogatory when I say you guys. The black community sticks together more so than any other community ever. Like you don't see YT people come together for any cause or any, you know, verdict, anything like that. You don't see them voice themselves the same way that the black community does. And that is commendable to me, as long as it's done in the right way and nobody's getting hurt or anything like that. You know, oftentimes seems like there is multiple voices coming from, you know, the OK community over an issue versus in my community, it's kind of like a blind chicken. And I mean that in a, you know,
uh,
it's like we're scared to put our face forward, feel like oftentimes because of, I don't know if it's just fear or if it's just fear of, you know, repercussions or what, but
all right.
it's sort of like your community, any community other than the white race,
Hold on,
we
Truth.
don't.
All right, hold on, Truth. Let Mr. McBride in. Oh, sorry. He been waiting patiently. Hey, Mr. McBride, how you doing?
Doing this is really interesting to hear him say he was really well.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, no, no.
It's a really interesting point to see that other people from the outside looking in think we're as cohesive as we're not, because we're definitely not that cohesive, not at all as a
Well,
people.
well, you know, I will say that. I mean, when I think he's speaking as like when certain things happen, you know, how we get
Yeah.
look
Now,
up, you
when
know.
something goes down, we will stand there and we will stick with each other. But just in general, we don't have the cohesiveness or
Nah, don't
togetherness that we
let
used
it
to have.
nah, let it ride. You know, he put it there. Let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. Leave it there.
Well, I don't like I
Don't
said,
take it apart.
I don't know the
But
communities or what happened, you know.
yeah, I wanna get
So
Mr.
I
Mc
don't know if it's
I know I want to get Mr. McBride view on the Diddy case on what's going on with what you think. I mean, is it a surprise
Starting
or
to see each other for a while.
my man?
I am surprised. I am surprised that he beat the big ones. Now I think everything will equal itself out. And what I mean by that is there's a reason they didn't let him out of jail today, right? Because they could have easily done that. So I think they're gonna stick him with between 5 and 10.
Oh,
I think that's what he's looking at. So um, he beat the big stuff, but I don't think he's gonna walk away scot free. Definitely not.
Unscathed.
Definitely not.
With, he not
I
gonna.
was saying, I don't want to interrupt you, Mr. McBride, but I was saying, but maybe before you came up, personally feeling like the reason they sent him back was just to keep him there, and then once he goes in October for his hearing, they're going to say, okay, well, you've spent, by then it'll be about 14 months. We're going to give you credit for all that time served, and then you don't spend any more time in jail. I think they're going to release him after
Well, you know, there's federal charges, so he has to accrue 85% of his time for a year to count. So
At 10 years, that's like what? What? How many months is that? My goodness, let me
that's
have.
that's 8 years and like 8 years 5 months. So
but there's a it's a maximum, like a maximum, if they stack him, he's got a maximum of 20. But I just don't think, with no record and everything, I think he's gonna. I think he'll-
I think he'll get 5 to 10 because of that.
Oh my
I
God,
just there's
that's
a
like
reason that
96 months.
there's a reason, and I think we all knew that. I think you're gonna start to hear talk about his life being in danger, and you're gonna start to hear whispers about that and things like that.
Oh, we've been hearing that already.
Just and so he should be free right now, honestly.
You know, he put his hands together in prayer, and he thanked the jury, put his hands in the prayer position, and then when the judge read not guilty on the major charges, he fell to his knees. His family was in the background clapping and stuff. So it was a moment. It was a moment.
Did you hear what the judge? Did you hear what the judge asked him though? That was
No, I didn't. I
like,
didn't hear. What
so
did he?
the judge actually asked him there. After it's all wrapped up, he was like, "So I'm guessing you don't want to go back to that jail." Did he kind of shaking his head, no, no, and then they broke for the afternoon or whatever, and then they came back because everybody was kind of, and when I say everybody, the news outlets and everything was kind of like, either that's a really sadistic judge to tease him like that, like almost laughing, like you don't want to go back there, and then to throw him back there was kind of like, wow, that was pretty jacked up to do something like that. That's, I don't know. I just if they give him 5 to 10 years, or 5 to 8 years, or even just at 55 years old, you come back out at 60, your old head kind of thing, and you get.
When you say with judge, so I kind of hear this. It's like the judge probably was pulling him out, and then they have a recess, and then somebody higher up said, "You better not let him out."
It was kind of felt like that. Either that, or he was just teasing him with like, "Hey, you want to go during the day? How about just kidding?" So it's like, it was kind of weird, but it actually shocked a lot of news professionals, if you want to call them. And I flip back and forth between every news outlet on research. I don't find news off of TikTok, but yeah, it was kind of jacked up. They, you know, him, I guess you could say, like that. You can research it and kind of draw your own conclusion, I guess. But it was kind of weird. And that's what made me think maybe the judge sent him back just so that he could say, "Okay, you spent all this time. Now we're gonna let you go home." That's my, because it's a judge's discretion. It's not a minimum mandatory, or a mandatory sentence on the crime. The judge could very well let him walk completely free, or he could give him the 5, or even up to 20 if he decides to run it, you know, and not stop it. But who knows? Who knows? I just, if they're not, going to say, "Well, man, we're speaking to him on all this, but we're going to go ahead and throw the book at him." Kind of like they did with OJ, was years later. But I will say this: even the prosecution, from what I've read, have requested 45 years. What the prosecuting attorneys were saying was they're asking for 45 years. But again, that's up to the judge, who a lot of times they'll follow that kind of request.
Wait, now that's the first time I've heard that the prosecution is asking for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
hadn't heard that.
they
Did you hear
feel
that,
yeah,
McBride?
No, I hadn't heard that. I heard they was asking for more.
nah,
Yes.
they came back, I guess today and said they were asking for 45 years if they were asking for the judge on these that he was found guilty for. And I think in the beginning they were asking for the max, but now once everything's done and over with, now they're saying that we're asking for 40.
Hmm.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that, but this is it'd be interesting to see what he actually does. But when are they gonna decide? Oh, that's in October.
No. I think Monday or maybe even sooner than that. No later than Monday, I don't think. It's coming. I think so. I think so, yeah.
I hadn't seen that. I thought so it would be correct. Don't think that I'm expert here, but I did see where they had mentioned that he's going to be held until the third. Like you're saying, I also remember reading where they said that the defense and everything was trying to fast track it, so they may very well have got that approved, and I didn't see it or something.
So if we're talking about, October 3rd, which is, basically 2.5, 3 months away right now.
Right.
So giving him an extra 2.5, 3 months is not, uh, I don't really think it's that big a deal. So I wouldn't, they
Okay.
would just hold him for time served.
Okay.
Well, it's 30, it's 30.
His sentencing is
Kind of
scheduled. It's scheduled
like
for. His sentences is scheduled for October 3rd.
yeah,
Yeah, it definitely tells me that they feel like they got um, something else to talk about with other people.
Hmm.
There's no way that he shouldn't have walked out today. When you beat a charge like Rico, like I know everybody's expecting to at least let him pay bond and walk out and wait till the sentencing. There's no reason that shouldn't have happened today. I work in the courts all the time, and for a guy like you said with no real criminal history, no priors, nothing like that. There's no way he should have been in jail anyway without a bond,
yeah,
right?
but that judge is a real tough cookie too. Because, even
This is a public spectacle. It's not sense.
but even like while he was awaiting trial, to have him such a high profile person, stay in jail. I understood him saying, "Oh, he's a flight risk, he's this, that, and the other." But where in the world pretty young if somebody ain't gonna recognize him? But, hey, he's down here hanging out, at the bar.
Someplace with no extradition, like Fiji.
Yeah, yeah. But then what happens? The feds freeze his money, so then he ain't gonna be, he ain't
I
gonna have that
mean,
money no more.
that's Diddy though. What airport can he go to where they don't know him? What airport could he possibly
Right.
show up at?
And they kind of seized or not really seized, but his private planes. His private plane. I think that would have been an interesting deal, but
Hey, Tashana, how you doing?
Hey, Tashana, how you doing?
Uh, you got you got an echo going on.
For bringing me in.
You got that go going on.
Yeah, I had a feeling that might happen. Let me turn off my Bluetooth. 1 second.
All right. All right. What you got for us?
All right. Is that a little bit better?
A little bit. Yeah. What you got for us?
Well, I'm just trying to say, first of all, we can't really get a good grasp on what the prompt is. It's like
Did
it's
he?
like real big.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna start. I tell you, you're not the first time I heard that. Not guilty on major charges. So all the major charges that he was charged with was dropped. The racketeering, the SMEX trafficking, he beat all that. So he was found guilty on three minor charges. And so now he's looking at, instead of 20, 30, he's looking at maybe 5 to 10 or something like that. Or even probation.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So that's
All
where
right.
that's at.
So right now we're just giving our opinion on that verdict. Okay, so well, I wasn't there. I really didn't follow it all the way like that. Like there were people out there. There was people out there that was really following this case. Like they was out there in the dead of heat in the middle of the summer following this shit. I wasn't like,
No cussing, no cussing, no profanity.
oh, yeah. So I wasn't on that level with following the case, but I will say this. Um, I I don't necessarily understand why he didn't get convicted for one of the more serious charges.
Why not?
But like I said, I wasn't there. They couldn't. I wasn't a part of the jury or anything like that.
So you think he should have got convicted of something more serious?
I mean, yeah, I think he might have needed a few more years.
Why? Why? What evidence did they have on him to prove that?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I wasn't there to see the evidence. Like, you know,
But in all
we on the outside looking in.
right, but in all fairness, you made a judgment call. You said he should have got a few more years, but I mean, but I'm asking,
Well,
w-
I
why would
mean,
you
if
think
because
that?
it's so many different types of situations. Like you, you're not gonna catch that type of case unless you got multiple types of situations. You're not gonna have those agencies dealing with you like that. You know what I mean?
That's
There's some stuff that's going on.
no come on now. No, that's not a fair analysis right there because you got to look at the country we live in where people get framed all the time. People get set up
Okay,
all the time, and it could be
that's
powerful.
true.
If a powerful enough person don't like you, then they can pull some strings. Come on now.
That's true. I'm a whistleblower. That's true.
You're a whistleblower
Absolutely.
at your job. Have you ever got
I'm
somebody?
saying I know that's true. Huh?
What have you done to Shauna? You the whistle. Who you the blew the whistle on?
You wasn't listening when I first came back on when I first came on your platform. See, you
Um,
wasn't listening.
I'm definitely listening now.
I
Definitely.
bet you were.
Yes, I am. What you do? What you do, girl?
Well, I'm ex-Navy. I blew the whistle on 9/11.
Oh, okay. Okay. I got you.
Google it. You Google it. You'll find the story. You just won't find my name.
Really?
Why?
Hold on. Hold on one sec, Truth. Go ahead, Tashana.
No, I'm just saying. I didn't know they had a law that protect people like me back in the day. Um, but I thought I had to run for the government. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, some of us we really do be trying to do the right thing and stuff like that. Um,
I'm curious.
but I think that's different.
What story
Hmm?
would I find? I'm curious. Where can I find this story?
If you go Google situation about military people being injected with anthrax right before 9/11, Google
Hmm.
it. Yeah. So yeah, that was a big thing because here in my state, in Indiana, we had a black congresswoman. Her name was Julia Carson. Then right now we got like her nephew or grandson or somebody, Andre Carson. But see, Julia Carson was the one that got me out on the whistleblower situation, right? She made sure I had an honorable discharge, all that. I mean, it's a whole story. But and the thing is, that kind of stuff happens every day though. You know what I mean? They
Hmm.
they be distracting us with stuff that really it don't really phase the average everyday person. But anyway, I wasn't even trying to talk about that.
All right. Truth,
I was just
truth was
saying,
truth was trying to say something before I cut him off. You said you was a Navy.
I'm 100%. Without
Oh, thank you for serving. Thank both of y'all for your service.
Corpsman, if yeah,
absolutely.
Wow.
You already know, Truth.
I do. The name of it all. Proof hurts.
Mm.
Yeah. No, I saved a lot of people from getting that anthrax vaccination. You'll see it if you Google it. You'll see it.
Wow.
But
That's interesting.
that's what was going on. And that happened right before 9/11. So I don't like to hear a lot of people getting distracted by stuff that really ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff that's really not going on. This to me, this Diddy thing, to me, it's like propaganda.
Propaganda.
That's what it feels like to me.
Oh,
Yes.
But you said you feel like you should get more time, so I'm kind of curious now to which side of the fence you on. It's
yes,
all on.
you
You
gotta
think he's
say
got
that.
more time,
I
but
mean,
then
because okay, because I do feel like that he definitely is like playing a part in what's happening. Like I feel like he's playing his part. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what
He's
you
playing
Based
his part.
I feel the
based on
same way,
Yeah.
but I also feel that they couldn't prove their case. So without the case, if the jury says not guilty, you
Not
gotta
guilty.
take it.
but based
Weird.
on
Weird. Weird.
one sec, Dome, I got you, Dome. Based on what though? I mean, I've heard a lot of people say he should do time, but when I ask them about the evidence that they see, they always say I either get one of three responses. Well, he's a sick person. Okay, based on what? That, and then they go into some other stuff, or they say, well, they wouldn't have arrested him if it wasn't the evidence, but that's based on what?
Did the
Or,
same thing to Michael Jackson.
yeah, I mean, there's no evidence. I try to get people to,
Michael Jackson was the same way.
yeah, what I'm saying is, I try to get people to lead with your common sense and logic. But let's welcome Dawn. The Dawn, is that right, Dawn?
What's yeah, yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing
I,
today?
um, I actually took time to, say or things like that. Appreciate you.
All right,
You're wrong.
all
And I
right.
follow you.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for that, for your support.
No problem.
All right, what you got for us?
Because, um, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, but how, we, if we were to look at this as a BLK standpoint, right?
Mhm.
Did Jeffrey Epstein obviously not or has or has not been convicted of the crimes that he was said to be a part of, correct? Before he allegedly, did the things that he did to himself.
Right.
So I don't I love our BLK people. And here's the problem with
my love only extends so far, for sure, for sure. When it comes to jury-based decisions, like you would say with Sean Combs, um, I love how you would like to say, you don't have a proof. If you don't have, I mean, let's be honest. You can't convict somebody with no proof. Let's be completely honest with anyone that's probably in this life. Like, if you are just saying someone did something, you have a damn right to defend yourself, or maybe even take a defensive stance.
Well, let me say one thing real quick. You said
Okay.
you can't convict somebody with no proof. Now, I take it back as I always do to the history of this country. I can
Okay.
name there are many people that have been convicted with zero proof. So, yeah,
It's a weird stance. Well, you're not wrong at all.
okay.
Clark.
Okay, so I didn't totally follow the case. Or is there no proof against Eddie?
No, there's proof. Oh, do you want to explain this, or?
Well, the only thing that I saw was them playing that hotel incident over and over again. The incident that he ended up paying $20 million, 30 million according to some sources, that he paid for, and he wasn't even charged for that. He wasn't even on trial for that. He wasn't on trial for DV. He was not on trial for assault and battery and none of that. He was on trial for racketeering and SMEX charges. So he there was no proof of racketeering. It was something that they tried to put together because they wanted to put him away for a while for whatever reason. Personally, in my point of view, based on what I see, based on the history of this country, it was a money grab. They wanted to break him. They want to break him. They wanted to silence him. They wanted to change the direction of his thought. And that's what I saw.
Okay, so to me it sounded like the prosecution basically was had somebody that was headstrong and had something personal against them, and they tried to rush the situation and fucked it up for everybody. That's what
Hey, no cussing,
the
no cussing.
start.
No,
Oh Lord, messed up here.
No cussing, please. Not in this whole song.
thank you.
Lord have mercy, okay.
I know. I know. So it can. Yeah.
I'm fucking wrong.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Um, you got people that's headstrong, and they like, oh, I want to go after this person, and I want to get them, and this and that, and it to me it sound like they ain't had a whole game together, you know.
They have a game plan right now, essentially.
It messed it up the whole situation. So I mean, why wouldn't his defense take advantage of that? So I mean, to me, that part makes sense.
Okay. All right. They did what they have to do as Diddy's lawyer. I'm not. I'm not against that. I don't really have a problem with these lives either. It's my opinion that thinks like randomly before 2020, yeah, around January. That's I think that's around the time that I started seeing like live like posts that has going on at the moment. Started spreading around randomly, and I don't. I can understand his point. If you're not convicted of a crime, you're not. I wouldn't prosecute him my damn self. I mean, it feels like it doesn't become a concept of a legal subject, but just genuine. Do you think he did this, or do you, or do the court? I would like to say the court of public opinion essentially falls on their hand, which it seems like there's a lot of pressure being built on them, which is wild.
Um, yeah, didn't they have a lot of issues with the jurors as well?
Yeah, yeah, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that was that was something that already corrupted the situation, you know? Like, I mean, I think they had
What do you
removed.
do?
I
What
mean,
do
I'm
you do?
sure, like,
What do you do?
like throughout the whole case, I think they removed like half of yours.
You know? Well, people are.
Let me play this.
This is what I think about us BLK people. We are well informed underneath Sean Holmes' case. We are aware that I'm not going to lie to you. This is a detrimental blow. Because our community, I don't care what lens, Republican, Democratic, I don't care what lens journalists. No, this is not a blow. An impact. This impacts all of us, right?
Hmm, that's
In
interesting.
the legal system that we have to, let's say, go through these.
I agree that they're going to probably try to create some kind of precedent. Yes.
So this is what do we not stand up for as a people? Because we can't. I'm not gonna lie to everyone here. There's not really too many people that are gonna rally behind.
Did y'all know? Did you,
Even if you are
Dom?
Democratic.
Dom, did you know? Uh, were you aware of him trying to start another political party?
I am. I am from backdooring three worlds.
What do you? How much do you know about it?
The let's say surface level information. Hear about the things that go on. Hear about surface level.
Okay, let me play a short part of an interview that I came across.
We're not standing by no more getting killed. We're not scared of anybody standing up and standing by. We're on the verge of a race war. But it would also be irresponsible of me to just let this moment go by. The world is watching and not do everything I can to make sure that going forth that we're part of the narrative, that we own our politics. And so I'm launching one of the boldest movements that I've ever launched, and called Our Black Party. Okay. It's time for us to have our own black political party, unapologetically. Because right now, if you look at the debates, we're not even a part of the conversation. Not at all.
Does that tell you something?
Yeah, it tells, you know what it tells us, man?
What?
It feels like
Hey, where did
our
McBride go?
voices.
Where did Mr. McBride go? He gone? Okay. Yeah, but what? I didn't mean to interrupt you. Come on, Don. Let me hear your thoughts. You said what now?
Not, it's, uh, we can, I mean, if we're gonna step into the realm of politics, things like that, we know what type of divide we have between, you would say, Black Americans, BLK Americans, and white Americans. You know, we inherit when we go into these types of fields, or even try to pursue it, even a little bit. But does that stop us? No, it doesn't. So,
Okay.
someone, to me, to my own personal opinion, someone wants to sound correct, and someone really doesn't. I mean, it could, our Dem- it's really hard to define this. Our demographics are very gullible. We can hear one thing and then we just believe it. Just in general, hear one thing. The situation can be things. We're done.
Can I,
Come on, Tashana.
yeah, can I ask you a question, Marcus? Okay, so the recording that you just played on them. Can you can you tell us what you think about that? We tell you what we think. I want to know how you.
Okay, that was a sound bite of about, I think that interview was like an hour long between him and Charlemagne. Now, if you wanted to hear the whole thing, you can Google the Diddy Charlemagne uh, interview, and
Okay.
it sounds to me like he was trying to start another political party to give us a voice. That's what it sounds like to me. And
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and it sounds like he not only was talking the talk, but he was willing to finance it and walk the walk and put his own finances behind it. And it just I don't think that certain demographics wanted that to happen. I think I think I think that this system we this system I think it's certain people that in play because not all I want to say this.
I actually want to hear the whole time. Because maybe oh, solution to the problem.
Yeah, well, I
All right.
all right. I think this whole system is rigged by certain people in power, certain power demographics. And we got to understand back when it was the North and the South. When we got to take it back from the beginning to understand to how it's playing out right now. Like when the North and the South fought, the Confederates fought because they wanted to keep slavery. The North fought because
Corruption, as the South would
yes,
call it.
yeah, the North was against it. So the North and the South went to war and the North won. The North won. So there was no more slavery.
When?
However, I'm gonna clean that up for you. I'm gonna clean that up for you because I see where you're going with it. The North won. However, even though the South lost, they are the ones that got to write history. The losers are the ones that got to put it in the history books. So Robert E. Lee is hailed as a hero.
General.
He's
General.
hailed, yeah, him. He's hailed as a man that reluctantly had to defend himself against invaders of his land. They spent the narrative very differently. So even though the North won, the losers got to write the history books. So
Big man.
this
I love
and now
So
and now they
New York, man. How do we? This happened. This in the north.
yeah and so now
A spook or not. I don't mean the racial. I mean genuinely. This what makes like a ruckus.
a ruckus. Yeah, I see what you're saying. The boule. Now, um, now fast forward. That's when you got I think it was Lyndon B. Johnson who said you can take the poorest whitey man and tell him he's better than the best, than the richest BLK man, and he'll pick his pockets for you. He'll let you pick his pockets. So it's a trick. They've been tricked. Everybody been tricked.
Have
To
we not?
so
I mean,
so to
another
keep
200 years is
yeah
like. I'm not
exactly
gonna lie to you. I feel tricked. Did I even know that even came out? The little clip I
yeah
have on my yeah. Do I feel like I've been tricked?
yeah
Yes.
it's to keep
I feel like there's something going on with it. I voted for Barack Obama. My mom was on her knees when Barack Obama was sworn in.
and he
So
yeah let me finish this up real quick and then it was a trick for everybody. So it's people in power. The power structure in play right now is from back then.
I remember.
Is influence from back then. Now there are power structures that want to change the narrative, but they just don't have enough power to do that.
Starting your own political party, Mike.
Well, I mean, and when I say certain power structures, I don't necessarily mean BLK people. I mean white tea people too. Is white tea people out here and others that want to change the power structure, that want to change the narrative. They just don't. They just exactly. They just not in play. They just don't exactly. So that is where we at right now, and which brings it full circle to where we at right now with Diddy. Diddy is a, exactly.
Only thing about this, if John Diddy Combs not have the public, um, it's my how about this? In my honest opinion, right? I'm a theorist. I love to read into certain types of weird history and things like that, especially for our own people. I'm African. My mom's told me stories about doing not her herself, but her grandfather doing things, living out his lifestyle, something of that nature. So, what do you tell these people? Because not radical people, or just radical. They take.
Oh,
What
excuse me,
I was
one sec, Mr. Don, one sec, Don. Hey, look like I see Mr. Burns. What's going on? How you doing, Mr. Burns? I see Cowboy back too. How you doing, Cowboy? All right. Just wanted to take time to recognize people. Go ahead, Mr. Go ahead, Don.
doing. So, how about this? I don't. I was leading on to a point, but here's about to be my, I guess, my before I could, which actually genuinely irritates me just a little bit, but it's okay. So we're in the north, right?
Right.
Cattle law enforcement agency is a thing, right?
Really? What is that? What
Have you
is
been
that?
to the state of Montana?
No, I don't think I've been to Montana.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Was somebody saying something? Come on,
Oh, I'm
Don.
sorry. My girlfriend was talking to me. Can I? I'm gonna. What I'm going to say is the state of Montana has something called a livestock agency. They have basically a department, bro, and even most other IT people really agree with this. It's a made up department. It's not real. You're flashing a fake badge. It's unofficially printed, honored by the United States government, things like that. So when they've been they've been the cattle. I'd like to say the landowners of the people of the expansion out westwards are the founding the new age in 2025 founding fathers of the U.S. Just like I would say with the Amish people for the northern countries. Um, it's more like they're built on grit, hard work, things like this nature, and we're not. We're a little bit more timid. Of course, don't get us don't soundbite our grit and what comes of it for sure. But it's more like Christian or is there in their own words, not my words. These are
Okay, let's let Tashana. Come on, Tashana.
think he should really say what he want to say. I mean, I kind of feel like he's kept it.
yeah. I can't. Even if I want to, even if I can't. I respect the host enough. I've been dropped, I believe, a handful of times.
Say it.
I respect the host enough to respect his life.
He dropped out of time. Hey, okay, I understand.
Honey, I feel that. It's like, fuck.
Let's let Truth hurt. Hold on. Think about it. Think about it. Let's let Truth hurt how to flow for a minute. He been patient. He been patient.
Well, we spoke earlier, and I'm just interested in a lot of stuff now, hearing, from other people too. I guess I kind of gave my input. Unfortunately, I don't think you two were in the lobby or might not have heard it, but what else? Yeah, I will say of all the TikTok and everything that I've been on. And for you guys who don't know, this is only like my third week in this whole ordeal, which has been the most respectful and respectable host and panel. Uh, there's not a lot of back and forth, a lot of screaming, yelling, facts over emotions is what my main point is. Uh, but it seems like everybody on here is educated enough for it.
So, they mess with y'all.
Wait, let him finish. Come on. True, true. I
I
appreciate that.
want to hear you, big man. I want to hear you.
What would you want? I mean, you weren't in here. What would you like for me to recap? I guess is my first question, so that I'm not just talking over you guys. And
Talking to hear himself talk. Yeah, essentially.
me?
No, not you, not you. I'm just saying that's what you're trying to like essentially say. Like you're not trying to just talk to hear yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On the
well,
Diddy trial, I did give my opinion on that. I think that,
I think I did too. I just remember I thought I, him under the jail, whole nine. You know what I'm saying?
nah, I disagree with
No,
that.
Marcus, I believe, yeah, that's, I believe I've said this. That, my opinion. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I think that, like you said, the showing, I said Mr. Marcus earlier, the showing of the video, and I grew up in Puff Daddy family, grew up in Biggie, Mace, all them guys. That was the hot stuff back in the day. And as a 45-year-old white man, looking at this, it was kind of when I seen him hit Cassie in the hotel, it was kind of like, that's going to leave a mark on. And they showed that during the trial from more of a this is the kind of person he is, even though he's not on trial for doing this. This is the type of attitude, everything that he carries, the way he carries himself. Now, I feel like they stacked the charges. I was hoping they were just throwing darts at it. Yeah, well, throwing darts to see which one stuck, and they got him on two. My personal opinion is the judge kept him in jail. He is going to uh, vote on October 3rd, and I feel like the judge is going to say, okay, we found you guilty. Your sentence is 14 months. We'll give you credit for time served. Congratulations, you walk out a free man. It's a free night.
who said no? You said no. But why do you want to see him? Why do you want to see him do time, madam?
But
What?
you would say my own evidence, right? My own little independent research.
What do you want to see? What do you think is fair? What do you think he should get?
You know what? Damn, I see where you're coming from. Bringing in the whole everybody else point of view, not just. I mean, like the white tea. Well, they handled Jeffrey. First off, Jeffrey Epstein wasn't really convicted on any of his series. Uh, my my thing is, it's like when you have, in my opinion, you don't feel he's convicted. But if you have overwhelming witness testimonies and things like that, and then obviously, it takes a certain standard to hold up in court, to hold up in like for it to be used against you. Essentially, it takes a lot. It does. So, you know what? In my opinion, did I feel like they treated Sean Diddy Combs fairly? No.
Tom, I'm a little bit confused. Maybe you can clear it up. But you feel like you could go to prison, and at the same time you feel like, and it's
Hard. You have to ask the same. See, for us, feels like if you're convicted of something, you have proof, right? I mean, you don't have a federal case.
oh, absolutely.
You don't have any federal cases without any proof. So before he was like before the host was genuinely like I was seeing like host what he was genuinely like seeing like promoting this just like rage whatever the case may be. When I started seeing that, I was like, no way that you think Sean Diddy Combs is not guilty. The host quickly humbled me and said, "What proof do you have? What actual uh like a link, something? And you can bring up Cassie's link. I mean, like for him doing racketeering, the charges that he is supposed to be convicted of, as a lawyer's standpoint, he is not wrong, man. That's my whole thing. He's not. It doesn't. Whether I'd
Thank
like
you.
to admit it or
That's
he's
you know
not
what?
serious.
That's all I
Yeah,
ask is
because
let
see,
all I
there's
ask, one sec, all I ask is that you let common sense and logic be your leader. That's all I ask.
and Puff Daddy. I mean, or Sean Diddy Combs, whatever he wants to be called now. I guess the big thing about it, like I said, when I seen him do old girl like that in the hotel, it was like, wow, this guy might be pulling the wool over everybody's eyes. But at the same time, she took the money. He didn't get charged with it. And just because you're a horrible person or you're not an angel, there's no law against that. So he doesn't. You might be a terrible person, but there's no law that says you have to go to jail for being a piece of junk.
Mm, that's fair.
He's a snail without a shell.
He's a snail without a shell. That's interesting.
Yeah.
What does that mean? He's a snail without a shell.
Call them slugs.
They call him they call him slugs. But what does that mean? He's a snail without a shell.
We all experienced that in our lifetime. Like, come on, look, quit act like I don't know what I'm talking about. Come on, man.
I'm asking because I don't know. I'm asking you to educate me.
Education.
Yeah.
Remember this conversation because, of course, you yourself have always been talking about this for a long time. So we know. What I'm saying is, continue, but mind your words.
I'm trying to be cool. I'm trying
No, girl, you fine. Your words has been well minded. But when it comes to informational standpoint, right? And we have history of case suppression. But we have how much does it take for it to ban the United States government? Is my question, but it, it's a question I would love to ask everyone else. In my opinion, does it take just because you have Democratic judges, just because you have judges in your favor, just because you have judges in your favor who things like that, a lot of them, you know, I don't necessarily.
The judge does the sentencing. The jury is the one who convicts. You got to remember that.
Right.
So all it takes is one person that might feel the same way you do.
Who has the
and not look
authority
at
over
the evidence.
everybody? Who has the authority
Wait,
over
wait, wait, Dom.
But
Let him speak. Let him speak.
let's just say this: that if the let's just for argument's sake, let's say that the judge is a YP person.
Okay. So
10 of the jurors are YP, and one of them is
okay.
female.
All right. Whatever. Yeah.
If that there is no such thing as a majority rule. It has to be a unanimous decision, which means every one of those jurors has to say, I agree. Now, if one person says no, boom, that's a mistrust. One person comes in there with that mindset. And that's why they vet the jurors and everything. And they ask them all because they want to make sure that the leader of the clan isn't on the jury or,
Things like
whatever
that. Things like that.
Yes. So when somebody gets convicted of a crime, no matter what their race is or whatever, that jury came together and said, "All right, look, the
Right.
evidence shows," and usually those are members of your peer,
General public, right?
and yes, and
Stop.
so we can't always put it on. Now that being said, maybe there was a YT person who absolutely liked you know Tupac more than he did Diddy, and he decided he was going to bring the charge. Like, being charged of something is not necessarily
Right,
being convicted.
Go ahead. You're right. You're damn right. You're damn right.
So I don't, as a white male, middle aged, I guess you could say now. I don't really. I've been around a long time. I was in the service. I also worked for the police department. No longer, but I did. And yeah, you kind of.
Truth. Let me ask you. You said you worked for the police department. Were you a police
Yes,
officer?
sir.
You were a
Yes,
police.
sir.
You were.
Yeah.
Have
I
you?
also taught. I also worked with the Department of Justice, and I taught firearms as well.
Okay. Let me ask you. Have you seen corruption in the police department?
Oh my God, that's one of the main reasons why I'm no
Have
longer there.
Okay. Have you ever turned in another corrupt officer? You have. What
Of different races, of
what
different races.
of different races? Have you ever turned in a
Yes, sir.
corrupt officer of your own race?
Yeah.
So what happened as a result of that?
It could be. I have I have witnessed it, and on different occasions, it could be something that's small.
What I'm what I'm asking is, did you ever receive any backlash as a result of you turning in a corrupt officer?
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did.
What kind of
Uh,
backlash would you receive?
let's just. I'm like, I can't really get into this a lot, but let's just say this: it turned in a YT officer for something that was, and this is pre. You got to remember, this is years ago before George Floyd and all this, all this place. What? The South and from North Carolina, but yeah, I witnessed something, and I went to my superiors, and it was actually shunned away to the point of where I had to go to the state bureau of investigation. And once it all came out and somebody actually did get in trouble, then my own race kind of turned against me as if I was a narc against them, I guess, and I didn't follow the old school method, if you will.
Oh, so you were looked at as a turncoat?
Yeah, yeah,
So you were basically
yeah,
ousted, shunned.
yeah. And after so long, and I'm talking about pretty serious harassment, even point of where my home was damaged and things like that of officers. So yeah, I know for a fact that you can't you can't change a person. A person's going to be who they are. If you have a certain mindset, we can have these debates, and you can come to an understanding of somebody. But if somebody is set in a particular religion or political belief or racial belief, I don't think that having an argument with them or a conversation with them is ever going to change that person. They're going to be set in that belief, and you're almost never going to. It's going to take their own personal experience for them to realize that they can make the say, wait a minute, oh man, I didn't realize this happened. It just was this way. Um, I'll be honest. Even in politics, I don't vote for uh, based upon party. I vote based upon politics. I don't vote based upon race. Like I said, it's more about learning, and you cannot rely on like so many young people. I feel like, especially today, you can't get on TikTok, find a room, and just because a host is good looking or a host is you got a funny background or something like that, you can't fall into their trap to let them lead you down the path that they're leading without you actually doing your own research and living your own life experiences is the big thing. You cannot say, "Oh, I got pulled over by a police officer and I was scared for my life," because it's not something that normally happens to people of my race. Man, even after I left the police department, I've been thrown down on before. Um, and it's a scary situation, but at the same time, you can't put your can't sit there and say, "Oh, that don't happen," because I know it does. Not only because of my previous experience in law enforcement, but also just because it happens. And at the same time, I can't deny somebody saying that they didn't get a job based upon their race or anything like that because it happens. You know it happens. You see it firsthand. Um, don't consider myself that. So when I come across a post that says all YT people are racist and all this, that, and the other kind of stuff, it kind of makes me like, nah, not all. Let's step back and say,
Grind your gears. Because I know I grew up, you know what? 9 years old. I literally just got off the phone with his mother not too long ago. I know a bunch of YT people who I grew up with. 9 years old. I don't mean like same neighborhood. I mean like more or less, he lived we didn't live in an apartment complex. We lived more or less like you would say in a neighborhood, but like I'd have to travel out of my way to go to see him. And you can't that's not when I grew up learning, I used to go over his house just to have fun. I don't think it's bigger systemical issue of, mingling with other people. It's more or less like other people's reaction.
and that's you hit on that point, and I know you guys have probably heard this a lot of times from black people. Well, some of my best friends are black or something like that. But when I was growing up, one of my very best friends in the world, me and him were inseparable. He was a BLK guy. I'm a YT guy, and I mean, from the time we were 6 years old until the time we got to high school, we were completely inseparable. Always at each other's houses, everything. And when we got into high school, that's whenever it became more of everybody kind of putting that stigmatism, or it was kind of like, um, hey, he isn't like you. Why are you hanging out with him? Why don't you hang out with us? And we got pulled away. It wasn't just my race; it was his race too. And we kind of got pulled away from each other. Well,
Well, it doesn't matter if it's football, if it's white. You people with the crack team, we can play crack. Why are
Hey, no cussing, no cussing.
yeah, watch out.
like you hang out with these people or people's team, like man, bro. Like it's weird dynamic. Of course you don't play crack or you don't people who play crack is wrong. It's that wrong.
But you gotta remember too, no, that not every single person is like that. Since I've been on TikTok, I guess I've seen both sides of it, and if I go to Walmart now and I go through a line and there's a BLK person there, I don't look at them any different. In the back of my mind, I'm sitting there thinking, they think I'm a racist pile of junk, or am I? That's not so.
I want to say something. Okay. Okay. That's hatred. Hatred makes me hatred. Okay. I hear you, big man. I hear you too, tomorrow. Say something. Okay.
No, just on truth real quick. Um, Based on what you're speaking on, I just want to know, am I misinterpreting what you look like on your
No, that's me 100%. I'm a bearded, I guess some people might say redneck. But I guess I'm a different kind. I like to fish, hunt, do all that kind of good stuff, like what some people might call the good old boys. But it's completely different.
I like to call it the
Oh, okay, because it was given a little, it was given another impression, so that's okay. That's okay. I understand.
Okay,
Saying I was
y'all.
giving another impression. Did you think I was?
So he wants to be informative. You know, if I'm looking at certain place and tell me, you know what I mean? What do you think? What do you think he was looking like? What do you think the direction he was heading towards with the conversation? It's my
Oh no, I mean I understand where his conversation was headed, but he do kind of look like he was not who he was speaking to be. I mean, like, but I'm getting a closer look now, a little bit. Mhm.
Let's
Okay.
let's okay,
Can't judge a book by the cover.
let's welcome hold on, y'all. Let's welcome Bobo girl.
Hi.
Hey, where you from, Bobo girl?
Hey, beautiful. Hey, we here.
Where you
Hi, everybody.
Hey,
Thank you for
Bobo
letting
girl.
me up.
All right, welcome to the panel. Where you from, Bobo girl?
From New York.
New York in the house. Welcome to the panel. Welcome to the
Yep, here we go.
what you
What?
what you got, Bobo girl?
Well, I'm following the Diddy case to the best of my understanding. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. Let me just say, I was a big fan of P. Diddy my whole life. Grew up listening to his music. You know, all of that. And I personally think this is my opinion. Everybody has a right to their opinion. P. Diddy go.
Thank you. Okay, there we go.
I don't know. In the right place. I'm new to the thing. This is my opinion that I'm going to say from watching Cassie, and as a woman, I feel like I speak on this. I feel like you took 30 mil. You was happy with that. For whatever reason, you took the 30 mil. Um, in my personal belief, I believe that she was forced to testify against him because she was also making calls to these places from her phone, from her computer. He was arranging these setups, supposedly. I think she was a willing participant. He wanted to do it, and she had many opportunities to get away from him. Like he would leave on tour or he would travel outside the country. If he was that scary and that bad and that, oh, I'm so scared for my life. You had so many opportunities to get away. Now, what I am going to say is, do I agree with a lot of the things he's done? No, because that's not something I would partake in. Let me not make a misunderstanding here. I don't agree with it, but that's his personal life and what goes on behind his closed doors. As long as it doesn't involve minors, as long as it doesn't involve forcing, give a crap.
All right. He should have.
That's my opinion.
All right. Thank you.
I
Thank
completely
you for that.
agree with you, and
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to have to hop off here, but I just want to say, in the victim mentality, you got to remember too, you're eating filet mignon and wearing Gucci, and knowing that you have to go back to eating hot dogs and wearing Walmart clothes. Sometimes you want to hang in there for the money.
Well, truth hurts. Let me tell you something. Before she met P. Diddy, he did sign her to his record label. He was eating filet mignon and going on trips and doing. She was a pop star. So
She's taking a lot of that money.
She had a major song, Me and You, and then A Long Way to Go. Those were two hot hit songs. He had, when you become a star, you get companies that reach out to you that say, hey, wear this t-shirt and I'll pay you 30,000. Wear this lipstick and I'll pay you 50 grand. Trust and believe me, she was getting those deals. So I don't see why he came from the pits of nothing. And, did he have more money and more of a lavish lifestyle? Absolutely. But I'm sorry. I'm not rich. And of course, I would love to meet a rich person to take me out and do all these things. But I would turn it down. If he told me, you got to do this, this, and that, and I'll give you all, I'd say no. I'm not doing that. I don't care how much money you offer me. I will not lower my dignity. So if she lowered her standards to do those things for money, well, then that's on her.
But
Now,
like
one
you
thing I
said,
would do for money,
like
though,
you
is let him
said,
punch me in the face.
one
This
one
is how we dismiss someone's trial act case right here.
yeah, but like Bobo girl said, I mean, she was the one arranging all these
My
hookups.
right, but my boy, if before before you get that's what you built your case after, before she was indicted or before she was
Okay, Mr. Host, I do understand.
Wait one sec. I think Truth is getting ready to get out of here. Hey, thank you
Yes,
for
sir.
being
But
here.
I'm definitely gonna be looking out for you out here. I appreciate everything, and I appreciate the panel. It's very respectful, man. You guys are awesome. It was
Yeah.
great talk.
God bless. Hey, I hope to see you again, big man.
Monday,
So have a great evening.
Monday through Friday.
Talk to you next time, True. Thank you.
These women, I'm just sorry to say it, but that he's like collecting this money and doing all this stuff, but then like she's texting him, "Oh, I can't wait to do it again." And that's not a woman that's afraid, and a woman that doesn't want to do it, they will run. They will avoid it at all. Like women that, let's say, that are abused, like they're beat, they don't say, "I can't wait for you to hit me again." No, they think, "Oh, next time it's not going to happen." He said he's going to change. But he never told her he was going to stop. And you kept initiating it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, there is
yeah,
women that get abused and they get manipulated, but I can't see like engaging willingly in those acts. He did not hold you hostage. You came willingly.
Did he
And you
now?
stayed.
Let me shut up.
Okay, y'all. I'm getting ready to go ahead and shut it down, y'all.
Yeah,
I
okay, OG.
appreciate all y'all being here. I'm gonna let y'all down one at a time. And
Good night.
good night, good night. Hey, thank you for being here, Bobo Girl.
Me.
And thank you as always for coming back to Shauna. You have a great evening, a great morning, and I will see you at 11 o'clock p.m. Central. And everybody else that came and visited to this live tonight. I appreciate all y'all. I feel all the love. I feel the love. Thank you all. And I will see you Monday through Friday, 11 p.m. Central. Love you all.